Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Rifts for Savage Worlds. This is session 7. We're in New Durango, Colorado, in the New West. Our heroes from the Tomorrow Legion have come out on a exploration mission. See what's all going on out here. See if they can help people out, make a good name for the Tomorrow Legion. Possibly make some connections with either someone here at the mines to acquire a supply of Techno-Wizard devices or crystals, or even make contact with Bandito Arms to get some equipment, as Northern Gun has been having a much harder time sneaking in their weapons underneath the Coalition's noses to help, sell them to Castle Refuge. So things are heating up. There's rumors of rift activity around the Coalition area. Lots of demons coming out potentially, so things are getting a little crazy. But that's neither here nor there. We are in the New West.
It's not here, it's there.
It is. And last time, in New Durango, as our heroes of Tomorrow Legion arrived, they learned that there's been some problems in New Durango lately. An illness of some sort seems to be hitting a lot of the miners. Weird gases or other things going on. It's even taken out the town's primary doctor. He's sick right now, possibly with that same thing. They actually witnessed somebody dying in the streets, just coughing and just faded away. The only mine that seems to be running at mostly full capacity is Ninja Mines, run by a man named Percy Rich. Our heroes stopped and tried to talk to him a little bit after church, and he wasn't all that helpful, but he basically says they've got some really good technology, Techno-Wizard based from the sounds of it, that's helping keep most of their workers safe, although it hasn't been 100% effective. They were not very persuasive to get much more out of him on that. They also needed a little extra cash, because not a lot of places out here take the typical credits that are used in the Domain of Man. So they did a little odd job tracking down a very horrible bank robber that didn't actually get anything, and brought them into justice, made a little cash, bought some hats.
Yes, and when we say he was a terrible bank robber, we mean that he was very terrible at robbing.
Yes, he was terrible at doing it. He didn't even check the bag to make sure there's actually any gold in it when he left the bank. So, yeah, and there's the whole thing about seeing a UFO or something near the end there too. But moving on, mystery. Apparently, it's been happening occasionally, and the town is folk that live here have been just kind of used to seeing it. And so we'll pick things up right there. It is in the evening on May 31st. Post-apocalyptic calendar 110. The UFO has just faded out of existence. And people are starting to go back to their everyday, whatever they were doing before that showed up again. What would you guys like to do with yourselves at this point in time? Everybody speak up at once.
I kind of want to just go sun myself. We just catch some good rays.
Yeah, you might get another half hour worth of rays before the sun gets down behind the mesas off to the west.
And then I'm going to watch the sunset with my trippy peyote eyes.
Yeah, peyote eyes.
Whoa.
I wonder if it would be possible to get access to go look around in one of the mines that are shut down.
Yeah,
If you
but
wanted
is it
to get
do we
permission.
ask for access, or do we just go sneak into one?
Yeah, that's a question.
Only because none of us are great at persuasion, and it did not go well with the last mine owner.
Well, this time we can boost whoever's talking instead of forgetting to do that for some reason.
I mean, we could maybe search around town too and ask questions around town to see if maybe someone else knows. You know, like we kind of I don't think we went to that bar.
Yeah.
I think we went to the what was it? Mama's?
Yeah, Maw's.
Maw's
Tavern.
Yeah, I think we went there.
Yeah, but there's a kind of a nightclub in town as well. It's called Night Fever. You can already just off in the distance you can kind of almost already hear the music and bass thumping off in the distance. It's sure to get louder as the evening progresses. You've been here for a few days now, so you can't miss the place. Besides the loud music that you can kind of feel from a distance, if you're a few blocks away. It also, once the sun goes down, it's neon everywhere. Like it's just decked out in neon.
Grab the bag of box. So I wasn't using the big one.
So that's a possibility too, to go check that out. The old man Juicy will probably be hanging out there at some point. I mean, you already talked to him, and he wasn't much help, but he'll likely be heading back over there to continue his drinking ways.
Yeah, he might be more helpful if he's a little bit drunker.
Maybe.
But he was getting pretty drunk at Moss.
Yeah, he got cut off at Moss.
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking, I don't know. I mean, one thing I was thinking about earlier, like, I just sort of like kind of a little bit of kind of flashback after Fletcher did his little flying angel trick to turn into a wings. He would have at least mentioned to the other people that he can do some shape shifting. But he would mention that, like, he doesn't really know the limits, so, like, don't expect too much. But he does mention, like, you know, like, nobody really pays attention to kids. Mary can, you know, attest. So, you know, he could shapeshift into a kid or something and maybe get some recon where an adult might not be able. You know, like,
right.
A little kid playing with a stick in the street can go a lot more places than an adult with, you know, than any adult. Okay.
Do you want to split up and do a few things then, or you just want to head to the Night Fever after Spike suns himself in the remaining rays of the May sun?
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't. I mean, I feel like talking to Juicy again might yield some results, but if our plan is to just check out a mine anyway, then maybe letting fewer people know what we're doing would be a better idea.
Yeah, if you're not going to try to ask permission, I mean, you don't know for sure where any of them are at this point.
The mines, you mean?
Yeah.
We don't know where. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Juicy could probably tell us all that stuff. But you were saying, so Brett, you were saying you didn't really want to bring any more, like, ask questions of people that we haven't already asked questions of.
Yeah, I mean, if our goal is to get into the mine one way or the other, then
yeah, cool.
Like the fewer people that know about it, less chance it gets back to one of the owners.
That's a good call. That's prudent.
I mean, if they're just, I doubt they're completely abandoned, unfortunately. That being said, I can always just send out Garfield to just look through the place.
True.
Whatever this is, it's probably buried deep, and they're only just getting near it.
Trying to think.
Oh, that was the other thing. Yeah, you did some divination, and the spirits told you there's something beneath that was very, very bad.
Yeah, the spirits of light said something about like a darkness that needed to be removed or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember. It was very cryptic and very, very semi-ambiguous.
As spirits tend to be.
But we have all we need to protect ourselves. I don't know what we need to protect ourselves, but apparently we have it.
Probably a
and we got those
bioweapon.
inoculations from the doctor.
Well, yeah, that might
We all
be.
did.
And maybe was it only affecting humans? Was that what the deal was?
I think
Oh.
so.
It was either that, because nothing was ever said specifically. He just only injected the humans or people who
Or
looked like
infecting
humans.
the
non-magical
human-looking folks.
It's possible that his inoculation only works on humans.
Oh, gotcha.
That's the other possibility.
Yeah, because we didn't ask too many
also-
questions.
It could be that it's just affecting non-magical things for some reason. In which case, I don't think any of us would be affected.
I
Could
am
bioweapon occur-
resistant to poison and disease.
Sweet.
Well, your earthly poisons and diseases, you're still
True.
potentially vulnerable to like supernatural stuff.
Yeah.
True, but I still get a +4 bonus to resist even when I am susceptible.
That is true, yes.
Which is pretty
I
good.
mean, I'm largely unaffected by poisons and stuff, but I'm kind of the similar without the bonus. Like if it's a magic one, there's not necessarily a.
Right.
That doesn't mean that. Yeah. So like, I can drink as much booze as it takes, but
I mean, you'd think I was, but no, I don't have any resistance to diseases. I just have absurd regeneration.
That's true.
yes. Oh, that was my ketchup advance, Mel. I took Dragon Fast Regeneration for my ketchup advance
Oh, sure.
Oh,
from the last one.
Good deal. That'll help.
Well, I guess let's track down Juicy, and then whatever we learn from him, we can go from there.
Sounds good. So you will head into Night Fever after Spike gets done sunning himself. Yeah. Besides part of the town looking New West, parts of it look, very postmodern and like any big city that you've seen on Rift's Earth. And yeah, there's neon signs everywhere. Night Fever, and there's like a big neon like light that's like a wolf howling.
Oh, that's cool.
Animated like dancing people. One of them's even like there's even like a holographic kind of 3D looking one like right over the door of several people dancing.
Yeah.
And they're not like, I mean, they look really nice, but they don't show like actual people. It's more like just the silhouette of people. It's very kind of abstract, artistic depiction of people dancing. So you couldn't even tell if they're exactly human or some other DB.
As we're walking in, I'm gonna exalted conceal on myself. Yes, my clicks are going through. Does that show up for everyone?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So I'm doing the exalted, and then I will also do speak languages for myself. That's as we're kind of walking in, so that I can at least understand what these people are talking about.
Excellent. All right, so you go in. There's it's pretty good size in here. You couldn't tell from the outside actually how big the place was, because there's a lot of like false storefronts and that are very old westy next to it. But it looks like some of that wasn't actually real stores. It's just kind of disguising how big this place really is in here.
Oh, that's cool.
You probably could fit up to 400 people in here if you really wanted to. It'd be really tight at that point, and it would be like a quarter of the town in here at once. But there's always people that are not from here, the travelers and traders and stuff. It is part of at the end of the Great Trade Road, so there's a lot of people coming and going. Right when you get inside, there are two people there in a kind of heated discussion about what's been going on recently, and the one guy says, "I need those supplies, but we're running low on food. We're running low on medicine. We just got nothing to trade with all the mines shut down." Like,
Ooh.
Mayor hadn't come up with any solutions right now, and I swear if this doesn't get out of here, we're gonna have to. I'm seriously consider moving to Black Mountain. I mean, at least there's some jobs. There's some jobs there. Like, you don't want to move to Black Mountain. They're like, there's not even any cool clubs there yet. Well, I heard Jacoby's gonna open one. He's opening a Night Fever in Black Mountain next month, so like it's gonna have all the happenings of any good town at that point.
Spike, are you running the psychic switchboard for us?
Yeah.
I would ask through the switchboard if I should offer to maybe sell this guy some of my sundries, because I did bring along a D4. Well, I don't know however much a D4 is worth of mining and food and just relief supplies.
Right.
If it might might get us some goodwill around here.
Well, if that's the plan, maybe we ought to just give it away instead of selling it.
Okay. I mean, you the boss.
I mean, not too much. We don't want to hurt ourselves here, but
well, yeah.
We might buy a little good graces if we were giving some stuff out that's much needed.
Okay. So yeah, I'd say unless one of you guys wants to talk to him,
I will quickly cast a boost trait of persuasion on you.
Oh, cool. Nice.
There you go.
Okay, so persuasion.
It's just the regular one, so.
No, that's okay. That's still 2 die types higher. So yeah, I will. I'll just kind of say that guy.
So bouncer-looking dude comes up to you, Mary, and says like, "You casting spells in here? The hell you doing?"
I step in and say, well, now there, partner. This is my little young lady, and she's just playing games. I don't know what you think you saw, but you didn't. And I'd real appreciate if you didn't take that tone with my little one.
Says the lens rail.
Look, I've been working here for a long time. I know what magic looks like. All right.
Well, do you know what children look like? Because that's not how you talk to a child.
Well, if you would like to escort your daughter out of here, you can both leave.
Well, now let's not get too far ahead of ourselves here. I'll tell you what. I'll make sure she keeps her hands to herself. Put your hands right in your pockets. Don't move them again, and we'll get out of here as soon as we can.
You can leave it. Gotcha.
What? Before I let you go in any further, I need to tell you. You need to tell me what spell you actually just cast there, little girl. What's your name?
I heard.
Just making it so that he can actually talk to people. I point at Fletcher.
And since I've got like the speak languages going on and the persuasion, I would say I'm not very good at talking with people. And she is helping to make it so that folks don't take my words the wrong way.
Well, that's one way.
I'm new around here.
That's one way to get a date, huh? Use a little bit of magic to up your charisma a little bit.
And I would, yeah, I would just shrug and be like, well, not all of us can be Don Juan. No, not all of us. Not all of us can be a Sackett, because I've been reading Louis L'Amour, and the Sacketts are pretty cool. They're the ones. They're the badass. So yeah, not everyone can be a Sackett.
I'd put 5 gold in his hand and say, I appreciate your discretion, sir, and as I said, we'll be in and out of here in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
No, I'm watching you. No more magic in the club.
I would just nod. I would nod and say, no magic. Check.
Because I am the only magic person here.
Well, I mean, I've got magic too, but I never really use it outside of combat or absurd stuff. Yeah, so like my psychic stuff is meh.
Yeah. I just salute him.
All right. He lets you go.
Do they check do we have to check our weapons or anything? I don't have a bunch, but I've got a couple pistols and some knives.
You have anything like visible weapons on you? Like
yeah, I've got the 2 sort of like big Bowie knives and the big bore revolver.
Yeah, he would then direct you down this hallway to check your gear.
Okay. And once he actually sent me to check, I would give him that, and then I'd also give him the Naruni pistol that's in my satchel, because I'm ruthlessly efficient enough to not waste their time by being like, oh, I didn't know.
Right.
But I am going to keep my throwing. I am going to keep my throwing knives because they're hidden.
I'll give him my lightning rod, but unless he sees my vibra knife or my tribal knife, I'm gonna keep those.
I think I keep my laser pistol on hand, so I guess I'll stand that.
Are you actively trying to conceal them, or?
Oh, go ahead.
Because otherwise,
I kind of have them. I just kind of have them in like sheaths on the side of my. On either, I have like the vibra knife on one, on like my left, side of my pants, my belt. And the tribal knife on my right. So if he asks for them, I'll give it to him. I'll be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, they'd be asking for all your weapons. I mean,
oh, is he literally just saying all of your weapons? Okay. Yeah. If he does that, I would give him my throwing knives too.
Okay.
I'm not.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
It's more like I figured the gun. He would. If he's asking for weapons, he's asking for guns. But yeah, I'll give him everything.
I'll hand over my longsword, but I'm going to try and conceal my dagger throwing knife.
Okay. I believe that is the thievery skill to hide that, or is there? Can't even remember. Why am I not remembering the name of the skill? Did you use for
stealth?
I don't think it's stealth. Where's the dang skill list? I'll just open up a character sheet and I'll recognize it from that.
There is a thievery, but
yes.
And I don't remember which one thievery caused, because thievery and stealth got separated. So
yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yeah, they got separated. So I think
I believe
because I think stealth still might cover like pickpocketing, but it might not. I'll check here. Thievery. Safe cracking, picking pockets, sleight of hand. So thievery, it would be thievery.
Yep, it's the sleight of hand's in there. So if you don't have that, you'll have to make a unskilled check.
Oh shit!
Just hand it over, dude.
Versus
you
notice.
Like it, psionics.
I'll hand him over.
Now that you realize that, yeah, you're not very good at hiding those things. He's got a D. As you can see, he's got a D10 in notice. So.
Yeah, I don't need that.
They hired the right guy to look over everyone.
Yeah,
that's what they pay him for.
Mm-hmm. They also notice, like, they realize that some people are themselves weapons, and that's why there's lots of lots of bouncers and bodyguards around. People security in here to deal with that if somebody gets a little rowdy with their natural weapons or psychic powers or anything like that.
So I think that's all the weapons I have. If I have any more, I will assume that I handed them over. I won't just pull. I had a long list here, so I don't remember what I'm always carrying.
Your conceal arcana.
Yes, and I got exalted, so it's at a -2 for detecting.
Right.
Because I did the exalted. I only got a success, but
he failed on you. All right.
Okay, yeah. So I can't fake an aura like our spiky friend can. But...
Yeah, I'm not though. I don't give a fuck. I'm just cool. I'm just
Well, it's a good thing I did exalted, probably.
Yeah. So you got to talk to this guy about giving him some free supplies as a gesture of goodwill.
Yep, and I would say, I heard you were running low on supplies, and we happen to be kind of new in town and have some supplies. Now we can maybe work out some sort of arrangement, or if you really need them that badly, maybe I can just help you out now, and you can help us out in the future.
Seriously? Well, we've been getting a lot of, we rely on the supplies that come in and traders that come and get the stuff out of the mines. And we ain't got nothing to give them, so we're kind of at a loss for food and medicines and other things. I mean, the traders themselves are not happy because they've got a load of stuff that they can't sell. So we got nothing to pay them with.
And I'd say, well, I would sort of just be like, well, we got, if you're willing to maybe meet up with us a little bit later after we finish having a drink or two here, then perhaps we can just help you guys out with what we've got. It's not much, but it's probably a sight more than what you have now.
It might hold us over for a little while, but the way things are going, like, this is going to be a ghost town before you know it.
And I would wink and say, ghosts don't stay around long when we're in town. Or ghosts don't stick around long when we're in town. Being very bravado.
Well, if we do start seeing some actual ghosts around here, we'll know who to call.
An invisible man sleeping in your bed.
Bustin' makes me feel good.
But I would give him the kind of our information and just be like, look, we'll meet up with you a little bit later and help you guys out. You seem like you need some help, and we're the kind of folks that help out people that need it. Well, and I point at Midnight and say, he's the one in charge, so you can talk to him.
Why? I'm the one.
We're hoping to get.
You.
I know, I get that, but that's not forever. That's not forever, and I'm not the boss, so I'm kind of. He doesn't seem to be really resisting our. If he had been more resistant, that would be. But for now, I'm just like, he's in charge, but I take care of the heavy lifting.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a lie.
Mr. Move things around.
This is also true.
All right. Well, let me get you an address. I'm not the person to handle this sort of arrangement anyway. You'll want to talk to this man right here, Jordy. Jordy. Looks like Gordy on paper, I understand. It's Jordy.
Okay, all right.
And that's where his office is at. You can go talk to him tomorrow. He should be in the office tomorrow. We're planning to have a meeting either tomorrow or the day after to figure out, how we're gonna deal this if we don't get this problem dealt with soon. Right? Ultimately, that would be the best thing that could happen is if we could figure out what's causing this disease and get it taken care of. But that's not a little out of my area of expertise, that's for sure.
All right, well, we'll go talk to this Geordie fella and see what we can do to help y'all out. But just you take care of yourself and see what we can do about getting you guys some more food and medicine and supplies. Thanks, thanks for your time, and maybe put a good word for us in around town.
Oh, yeah. If you can hook us up with something, we'd be forever in your debt for that, for sure. Well, maybe not forever. It's a figure of speech.
Forever's a long time, but next couple weeks would be nice.
Yeah, sure. Let's see what we can do. Well, we'll maybe I'll see you around then.
Yep. And not really knowing how to end conversation, you just be like, "Yep," and then just sort of turn around and walk away.
Yep. And as you
just face palms.
As you turn around, I'm going to have you make an agility roll at -2 to not bump into the guy holding a bunch of drinks.
Oh,
right there.
Yeah, because I'm obviously not paying attention.
Dang it.
I'm not gonna re-roll because Fletcher wouldn't have the wherewithal or social awareness to understand this kind of bumping around.
All right, so you bump the guy pretty hard as you turn around, and he's going to try to not drop this whole bunch of drinks here, but he wasn't ready for it either, so he's rolling -2, and the drinks go everywhere.
And he also got a free.
And he's like, "Oh,
I would apologize, but not really. After the fact is probably not very good. Be like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
And the guy's like, "Oh, jeez, I didn't get any on you. Oh, so sorry."
I would say I don't care. I'm worried about it getting on you. I can wash my clothes. It's okay.
Well, I get stuff on me all the time. Like, it's part of the job. But these drinks were for you guys, and
I would hand her. I think I got 97 of the bucks, or 90 some of those credits left. I would say, well, however much they were, here's double, and
oh no,
you can bring us back some refills, and I'll try not to knock you down again.
No. It's just keep that. I don't deserve that. He turns around and he looks back towards the bar, and he's just kind of, there's a really tall, like wolf-looking humanoid back behind the bar. From here, almost looks like one of his eyes might be glowing, kind of green colored. And he's got a little bit of dye in his hair, so it's kind of giving off a bit of a bluish purplish tint. But the lights that are kind of in here actually make him look like he's actually very purple and brightly colored at the same time. There's lots of, it's neon. This is what you might call a neon boy club.
Ooh, I like it.
These are really popular in some of the bigger cities. A lot of the people that go to them tend to either wear a lot of bright colored lights on them. A lot of them actually have like cybernetic or bionic implants to like give themselves, like, so they're always glowing, like just built into their bodies and stuff.
Oh, they've got Electu tattoos from 40K.
Yeah, things like that. So a lot of just decorating their bodies with bright lights and color shifting skin and things like that.
There's no such thing as neon black.
There's not a only a very small portion of the population out here actually has that sort of getup out here, but it's a wonder that this type of club is doing so well here. But hey, people are having a good time, clearly. But the wolf guy is like waving over at the guy that just dropped the drinks, and he turns back around to you and says, "It's like, just head on over to the bar there and get you those drinks. I guess I'll pour some new ones for you yourself over there. So sorry about that again."
I would just apologize to him and just be like, you were just doing your job. I wasn't paying attention. Very, very matter of factly, just like, just.
Yes, I'm sorry. Very sorry. Thank you. And he just kind of like sheepishly walks off, feeling really embarrassed about dropping what's probably another tray of drinks. That is probably not his first time not paying attention himself. So you've been invited to go over to the bar and talk to the wolf guy, apparently.
Well, I guess we might as well. I'm getting mighty afraid our secret's going to get out soon.
All right.
Yeah.
You all seeing that handout that just popped up, hopefully?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, I did not. Let's go back.
Wolf boy.
Oh, wow. Is he like a wolfen?
Yeah, you wouldn't know he's actually a wolfen.
We wouldn't. Okay.
But because they're
he looks more kind of. Does he look more kind of human than a dog boy?
Yeah. Well,
like, or would we even know that he's not a dog boy? I guess.
Yeah, wolfens have been confused for dog boys in the past.
Okay.
He looks very like there are some dog boys that are kind of like that kind of husky kind of breed.
Mm-hmm.
So he could be just a dog boy.
I'm certainly Team Jacoby and not Team Eduardo.
And he's just like, "How you doing there? I know you're new in town. Sorry you didn't get your first drinks today. You didn't get any spilled on you. That boy's a little clumsy sometimes."
I would look down and say, I think it all ended up on him.
Well, that's pretty common around here. And his right eye glows even brighter green for a second. There's clearly some sort of implant there to give him a glowing green eye.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Let me get you some more drinks here.
Oh, thank you kindly.
Y'all from out of town, I see, right?
Oh, yeah, just passing through. We heard this is one of the best last stops on the trade route, so of course we had to check it out.
Oh, yeah.
And then come to find out, you ain't even got that many supplies with all the mines down.
I know. I've been thinking I'm going to have to shut up shop here myself. Planning to open a new one in Black Mountain.
Oh, that'd be a real shame.
Yeah, I know. I was hoping to have 2 clubs, Business has been popping here till recently. But if I gotta just shut this one down and stick with my new one in Black Mountain, well, so be it. But I'd prefer to keep this place open. It's my first one. I got a place in my heart for it.
Well, I don't blame you one bit. Look at the size of this place. You could fit a whole lot of people in here.
Yeah, the town was before this was expected to keep on growing. I might have had to open a second one. Yeah, probably not. Wishful thinking. That's why I was hoping another one in Black Mountain. Yeah. But he's about done pouring your drinks at this point. It's on the house.
Oh, well, that's too kind. I still put 5 gold coins down on the counter for him.
I appreciate that. But
I'd slide him 5-2 and just say matter of factly, that's bad business.
No, it's not bad business. I mean, it's bad business on the surface, but making friends, sometimes,
I tell you what,
sometimes that's worth a lot
here.
more than gold or credits. Oh,
that is the truth. That is the truth. Now we're talking friend to friend here. I do have a bit of a question that's been niggling at the back of my mind.
Well, we gotta fix that up. We can't have that niggling back there. That's just not good.
Ever since we came into town, everybody's talking about the mines, this and the sickness, that. And there's one corporation out there still doing work. Now, how can that be? Everybody else seems to be dropping like flies if they get near the place. But these fellers, whether it's technology or something else, are running around. You think there's something fishy going on up there?
Well, that's certainly a possibility. Old Mr. Rich is kind of a shady character sometimes. I don't know. He's never been outwardly cruel, but he does have the most profitable mine in New Durango at the moment. Even before all this happened, some of the best crystals for that the techno wizards like to use. Come out of that there mine. Some of the other mines are just getting iron and steel and copper and things like that. They get a little bit of crystal here and there, but Percy's got the gold mine, you could say, figurative speech, on the old.
So the other mines weren't even competition. They were completely different types of mines.
For the most part, yeah. I mean, everybody finds some every once in a while. There's been a few veins of good crystals, good quality stuff. Some of the other mines, but Percy's got the best one for that stuff. And
so it's unlikely that this is his fault.
I would like to think so. I would like to think so. But
now I did hear one other rumor as we were fishing around town here, and that is that Percy has an ex-wife that started her own mining operation.
Oh, not quite ex-wife, more like an ex-fiance, ex-lover or something. I don't know quite the whole story. But
they didn't even get married then. Oh, that's a shame.
No. But after they split up, she went and took something. He gave her a lot of gifts, and enough that she sold most of those, and enough to buy herself a little claim west of here. And here it's been doing pretty good. That was 2.5 years ago, I think. 2.5 years, I think. Yeah. You don't suppose she's up to something, some sort of revenge thing?
Well, that's the only thing that could cross my mind. Either Percy's trying to put her out of business or the other way around.
That would be a damn shame. Damn shame.
Well, especially with all the collateral damage. That don't seem right.
Well,
we got a whole town hurting here. If it's just a feud between ex-lovers, somebody ought to shut that down.
Well, maybe the four you could shut that shit down if that's what's going on. Whatever the hell's going on. I'll tell you what here.
Well, we did run into Percy. We ran into Percy at church, but I don't know where on earth we might find his wife. You said she's west of here?
Yeah, she's at Black Mountain. It's a pretty new settlement. Maybe a year and a half old only. A couple prospectors found a couple good places out there and started a mine. And Percy's ex-lover or whatever went and bought one of those up.
Well, that might be at least a place to start. We've been scouting this whole area, trying to find a nice spot of our own to maybe set up some camps, and I hadn't even heard about the Black Mountain. That is pretty new, so maybe we ought to check that way.
Possibly, but I've also been hearing some rumors from some of the psychics around here that there's some sort of toxic spirit or something deep below the earth here, and it wants revenge. Tired of us bipeds digging around in here, and upsetting the earth. I don't know if I want to believe that or not. But
well, we do have a bit of experience with the supernatural.
Mary's eyes just start glowing.
Now, little lady, you calm down over there. Let's not get too excited. We already had that bouncer giving us the side eye.
Yeah,
he totally was.
People out here don't tend to be a little superstitious about the arcane.
Well, I can appreciate that. I like a simple way of life. All this hoodoo voodoo sometimes gives me the willies as well, but we do have some training for it, so if it ain't a feud between lovers, I'd put my money on an evil spirit.
Well,
oh, that's so amazing.
What our missions end up as. It's either one or the other.
Now, it was not...
Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, unless it is actually hell.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no coincidence that I wanted to talk to you. I've been keeping an eye out on you. I kind of have some eyes all over this town, and hoping you could help me out here. If you could find out if indeed there is some sort of, evil spirit underneath the town, or whatever Percy might be up to in there, you could help me figure that out. That'd be good for business for me for sure. I wouldn't have to shut this place down, hopefully. And I
think if you could promise us another free drink when we come back, we might be able to take care of that for you.
I had payment a little bigger than a couple free drinks for you in mind, but yeah, certainly that would be not even a question at that point.
Well, thank you very much. I didn't want to be too greedy myself, but we do appreciate any help. We've traveled fairly far.
If it's underground, gaining contact with it would require going underground.
That's what I was thinking. So, I got. If you're interested, you can kind of keep it on the DL. Why don't we come in the back here? I need to take a little break anyway. Deniso, get over here and you run the bar for a little bit. I gotta go take my friends here in the back. We're gonna have us a little smoke. I need to take a little break. It's getting a little hot out here. It's a little hot. Oh, hot in here.
Is this three dogs from?
No, it's just one dog.
Of course it is.
He's Wolfman Jack. He's Wolfman Jack. Someone's at the front
Wolfman
door.
Jack. Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Somebody's at the front door.
I just realized that. Wow, that sounds very familiar.
Hi.
It's Three Wolf.
Three Wolf. Yeah, Three Dog is definitely, I think, a little bit of play off of Wolfman Jack.
It totally is, yeah. Totally. I mean, it very much is, yeah.
I don't know who Wolfman Jack is.
There's an old radio DJ guy from...
He's the person that Three Dog was based on.
Yeah,
I think that's probably the easiest way to describe it, since you don't know who he is, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
And so is Jacoby. It's based off of him. It's like, I need a club wolf guy, and yeah, have him talk like Wolfman Jack, sort of. Todd, he takes you in the back to his little special private room back there, and like, you can tell he's got his own little special collection of liquors and other substances back here that probably a little bit more expensive than the stuff that's out on for sale out there. Like, have yourself a seat. It's decked out very nicely. There's lots of neon back here, but lots of big fluffy furniture to sit on. Very luxurious looking. But it's also fairly quiet back here, so it drowns out the loud music from the outside a little bit, so you don't have to yell quite as loud now. Have yourselves a seat. You want anything? Anything in particular? Like, you're still working on those I gave you. But if you want anything else, it's all me.
I would finish the drink that he gave me, just sort of in one gulp, and I would say, "Give me something that will kill a human."
Something that'll kill a human.
And I sort of chuckle as if it's a joke.
Well,
My friend here has quite a high tolerance. I'll tell you that right now.
alright. Well, this one's only for certain DBs that can handle this stuff. I'm gonna give you a small dose just in case you're. I don't need to be killing my new friends here, so I'll just give you a little tiny taste here and see how that treats you.
I would
this stuff
take
right
the little
here.
tiny taste, obviously do the little taste and make a nasty face, and then nod like that was just enough. Like, unless I have to, is it going to affect me at all? Is it like, or is it just like a really strong, like booze?
Well, he says, you believe it or not, I got this stuff shipped in from Atlantis. This is apparently a little bit of a supernatural drink that the dragons tend to like. So, deadly to most humans.
You don't say. Just sort of smile.
I definitely try some.
Wait, how? Do you even have a mouth?
Yeah, I do.
Water yourself with it?
He needs, he needs water.
Yeah, he does. He still has to eat a little bit too, but.
I have suction cups on my fingers. That's how I eat.
Like a starfish cactus.
Yeah.
Where is it? It's written here somewhere.
Do you have any sort of
Huh?
He's got immunity to normal poisons, and then he's got a bonus against I have abnormal.
Rarely affected by common earthy poison and disease. +4 bonus to resist when I am susceptible.
All right. Well, I'll need you to make a vigor roll at -4, which cancels out your +4.
What am I rolling?
Vigor.
A straight vigor roll.
Vigor? Gotcha.
Yep. Fletcher.
Do I need to roll a bigger roll?
You can just do a straight vigor roll as well. It won't affect you the same way.
Since I'm actually...
You're actually a dragon.
Well, I failed.
And he just is fine.
I would still only take a sip. I mean, I'm not going to down that whole drink in one, but I would nod.
Yeah, you're funny, and it's very, very harsh flavored, but sort of in a good way, like any really super strong drink. Spike, with this failed roll, it is likely to negatively affect you. I'll just so you know whether you want to spend your Benny or not. You will end up taking a level of fatigue if you fail this roll. That will last a week, and no magic spell can get rid of it.
Jeez. Let's see.
Yeah, you only have 2 Bennies, don't you? Oh. Fuck.
Yeah, I'll try.
Come on, Stack. Come on, Stack.
Just had to try it.
Yeah, I shouldn't. I shouldn't have.
So yeah, that'll be a level of fatigue.
For a week.
It's made you like your whole body is like kind of as it starts going through your system, like
it's like eating 500 milligrams of niacin.
It's kind of like your blood, even though you've got your own juices moving around through there, but there's like the pressure is built up, and your whole body's kind of vibrating, feeling on the inside a little bit from it as things are moving around a little
you've
faster.
Got a week-long buzz is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Yes. Now your lifelong acid trip or your lifelong mescaline trip
and
is
it's very
added.
distracting, and it feels weird. It's going to slow you down and distract you. It's just why you'll be having that -1 to all of your rolls now for about a week.
Gotcha.
I am 12. I'm the only one that is responsible.
Could he add his conviction to this roll?
Mary is just like.
I would have had to have declared it before, and I considered doing it, but nah.
That's fine.
I shouldn't have even
Just
taken
a
the
week.
penny. I knew I was going to fail, so it doesn't matter. But oh well.
Shit happens.
Yeah,
A week's not too long. That's not.
it's for
Role
fun.
playing.
Yeah, gotta role play.
That is everything that we're doing in this mission, probably.
Well, who knows? I mean, but you know,
So then he
we'll
gets
have
in.
plenty of other obstacles.
Once he kind of gets your drinks, and he's like, he kind of looks at you. It's like, yeah, it's not good. It hit you a little harder than you thought. Oh, all right. Well, as long as you think you can, like a sex machine. Well,
This will turn you into a sexual tyrannosaurus.
yeah. Funkasaurus Rex. Now, I have heard that one of the mines that shut down, they accidentally dug a little too close to Percy's mine, and well, there's sort of a way you could sneak in there and get into Percy's mine, and just to see if he's doing anything weird down there. I've been
And this is the mine. I would say this is the mine belonging to the woman
No, this is just some
that
other.
dug too close, or is it just some other?
It's
Okay.
just some other mine.
Yeah, she said.
And the thing is, some of Pete's miners were some of the first to get sick too. Now it was happening slightly before they accidentally dug into Percy's mine, but the coincidence, I don't believe in coincidences. So
Friend, I gotta tell you, neither do I. Neither do I.
So what I would like you to do, and how we could help me out here, help me keep my business. This is a nice place. I'd like to keep this place going. If you can go check out his mine, I'll give you directions to Pete's main mine entrance. There ain't nobody there at the moment anyway, besides a few guards keeping an eye on the place. I'll pass the word along to let you guys in. Give you some directions on how to find that secret access into Percy's mine, and see what you can find down there.
Oh, friend, I gotta tell you, you've saved us so much time, and I greatly appreciate it.
Hey, what's good for business, it's good for all my friends.
And I gotta say, if I was a betting man at this point, I'd say Percy, with some kind of dumb luck, summoned a ghost of some sort to help make his mine more profitable. You know those greedy bastards will go to any ends to make $1.
Well, that's possible. I hate to say I've done a few slightly questionable things in my past too. I think we all have. Maybe nothing quite like summoning some sort of demon to help me out and destroy my competitors or whatnot. But
doesn't sound like it was the competitor. It's more like there was a deal made, and since someone else, they didn't make a deal, so they got cursed.
Well, that's possible. But anyway, find out. Maybe it's nothing.
Yep.
Maybe it's completely unrelated. But if anybody's gonna find out what's going on, they're gonna have to go down there and take a good look.
Well, do you reckon it's something we should do during the night? I suppose, fellas, and little lady. Maybe the faster we hop to it, the faster we get this town back on its feet.
Well, they work that mine 24/7 over at Percy's, so it doesn't really matter what time you go, and unless you don't want people seeing you heading up to the old Pete's mine. Then maybe you want to go at night, but I don't know. You figure it out. You guys look like you know what you're doing.
Oh, yeah, this ain't our first rodeo, I'll tell you that. Friend, again, I can't thank you enough, and I'll report back as soon as we find out whatever's happening in those mines.
All right. Speaking of rodeos, I'm going to be I'm gonna have some of my people performing music at the rodeo next week. If you're still in town, I think they're gonna have some crazy people riding Panther Terrons, so that should be a blast. Some of them might get eaten in the process. If you're into that kind of thing.
Through the mind link, I would say I don't understand the humor, and it would be my first rodeo.
Well, you know, I tried not to get too graphic in front of the little lady here, but, you know, if we're still around, maybe we'll see if we can swing by and check it out.
Perfect.
When you say that, Mary's just like, are you fucking kidding me?
She likes the dead people more than she likes the living people. That's why she relies on the dragon for all of her community outreach.
Some wild cowboy person ends up getting eaten by a wild giant cat thing while trying to ride it. Well, whatever. You know.
I get to talk to a cowboy.
You get to talk to a dead rodeo guy. I mean, that's always good.
That'd be great.
Or not necessarily good, but that's always, you know, a learning experience.
Yeah.
All the rodeo guys I knew had the best swear words in the world. They could curse and swear in a way that even your grandma would laugh at.
Perform some necromancy.
Yep. The only other thing he actually kind of says that you should enjoy the club for a while. If you just came in and left right away, that might be a little weird. You know, hang out for an hour or two, and you know, he doesn't need to know anymore. It's better that he doesn't know anymore when you're going and all that stuff. He will just get the arrangement set up, so that they don't question you when you arrive at Pete's mine about why you're there.
I'm kind of fucked up, so I do some real weird dancing.
Hey, it's entertaining for everyone else.
Hey, anybody who's dancing, make a performance roll.
Yep, that's.
I'm sure all of us have points in that.
No one has performance. Fletcher is not dancing. Fletcher is stretched out on the biggest, you know, couch or divan that he can find.
Fantastic.
I look fucking terrible.
Fucking ridiculous. You got a few people laughing at you.
Yep.
My forearms
it's the what?
are not in alignment.
Yeah. It's the what? What is it? The Harlem Skank or the
Harlem Shake?
Oh yeah.
The Harlem Skank.
There's something called the something skank. Yeah, it's the Rockefeller Skank.
I'm doing the Elaine dance from.
Oh God, the Elaine dance.
Seinfeld.
That's pretty bad. Yeah, that role is.
Well, could skanking is like a type of dance that you do at like ska bands. It's like ska concerts. It's kind of like exaggerated moshing without the full content. A lot of like. Go ahead.
So it's just the most terrible dancing that we've ever seen on here. So.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't crit fail, but it's really bad.
You didn't hurt yourself. You didn't sprain anyone's brain trying to do these, but.
Mary's entertained, but.
and thanks to all this pressure inside me, my farting noise is now happening like 25% more often.
Yeah, sneaky fresh.
For a lovely session of role playing, everybody gets a Betty.
Nice.
Hooray!
Hooray!
5 bennies. I'll be sure to spend them on something.
Did you want to? Probably going right away tonight. The word might not make it in time that why you're supposed to be there. So you probably have to at least wait until tomorrow day or tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Yep, that makes sense.
And we got to meet. We were gonna get that dude's supplies the next day anyway, on tomorrow. So we can do that.
Sounds good.
Who knows? Maybe he can give us some information just in passing. I don't think we should ask him any questions specifically, but they may just tell us shit. You know?
How's the town doing? Like who you know got sick?
Well, as you're making the deal the next day, they kind of want to just understand why you'd be helping them out with all these supplies. Like, who are you with? Are you with a group?
shill for us.
Yes. Sell yourself.
Like, it's very appreciative, but it's also, you know, what's in it for you guys? They kind of ask those type of questions.
I would simply say we're new in town, and you know, we need money, we need work, and you know, it seems like you folks all have, you know, having you guys to vouch for us would help us get more jobs, and you know, the jobs that we might take might be jobs that'll help you.
Well, they could always use more people to help in defense against, you know, threats in the wilderness around the area. They don't really have much jobs in town right now with the mines being shut down, so they can't really find you much work right now. They wouldn't even be able, even if they wanted to hire you for security to bolster their forces. They don't really have the money to pay you right now.
I would point at my dinosaur bone, sort of like Bowie knives, and just say, "I didn't buy these." So if it comes down to dealing with nasties in the wilderness, we got it.
Yeah. Well, if things pick up here, otherwise your best bet, unfortunately, is to head on to Black Mountain, and they've got jobs there. You're not gonna find much around here at the moment.
Well,
we like your
probably
town.
a perfect place to set up a base. Ironically enough.
It's true.
Well, and if we can actually help them open up the mines again, they will be sort of, you know, catty corner indebted to the Tomorrow Legion.
True.
I'm just thinking, worst case scenario, we can't save the town. A ghost town is a ghost town with another place quite close is a pretty good base place.
I mean, considering the number of, worst case, Ontario is actually just Michigan.
Yeah. Yeah, I assume nobody was mentioning that you're part of the Tomorrow Legion at this point.
Yeah, I don't know why we're not.
I'm not going to mention it because I'm not like, if Midnight wants to mention it, I have no, you know, but he's sort of
in charge.
He's the boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see how we do in the mines first, I think. I don't want to...
If you fail horribly, you don't want to know, like, the Tomorrow Legion sucks.
Yeah, exactly.
You
guys just die.
So let's prove ourselves.
Or if we're not even able to succeed, you know.
We can sell ourselves.
Yeah. Very good.
But I think we'll do okay.
Do they at least like sort of understand why we're willing to give them the stuff enough that we don't? Because it's like, I'm not going to convince these people to take our gear. This is more just a sign of goodwill.
Yeah, they're a little confused about it, but they certainly aren't going to refuse at this point. Even if you have dark hidden motives at this point, they'll deal with that later, probably.
I would mention,
not saying that or anything, but
yeah, and I would mention, we've got enough to take care of ourselves for months. So, if you guys can, get things going, then we can just get the things we need in the upcoming months from you, and everyone's happy.
The main thing they can do for you is while you're in town, your supply is more than paid for free places to stay in the nicest rooms that they have. So that's what they can pay you for.
Oh, cool.
Hey, that's always worth it.
That's worth it. That's worth it. If they can,
honestly.
that's. I would thank them very much and say that it's always nice to have a roof over your head, rather than having to sleep in an ATV.
What was your supplies value?
I had a D4 in those sundries. You want me to make a roll with some sort of
D8 in sundries and
I have a D8 in wealth.
Construction.
I have a D8 in wealth, and then a D8 in or a D4 in supplies. I just marked it as sundries, but it's I said medical supplies, food, and exploration supplies. So that's kind of whatever you think.
Yeah. So roll that, and a success, you'll go down to basically none. Raise, you'll have enough
use your
left
conviction to just have a shit ton of stuff.
No, I mean, it's not necessarily worth using the conviction right now. Because I mean, if they take all of our supplies, they take all of our supplies, and I'm, So let's see. How does wealth work if you get a failure? I think you just lose everything.
I think so.
I'm going to look at the wealth section because we're essentially using the wealth rules for this, right?
That. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'll look at that while we're doing something.
It's on 145. So, did you want to go that day or that night up to the other mine entrance from Pete's?
I think we head up there around sundown. Maybe try to sneak in.
Before.
Oh, okay. So with a failure, the buyer can either forego the expense or she can buy it but goes broke regardless of her wealth die. So I'm going to just, as the failure, they're going to get the supplies.
Okay.
It's not exactly what they want, but
right. It's better than nothing.
That's how it seems. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So they may have, some of the stuff I was thinking was like wrecking bars and picks and stuff, and they probably don't need any of that.
Yeah. So you have some of that
and
stuff,
medicine,
but basically it's not enough to worry about on that particular roll. So.
Okay. Cool. But I'm out of sundries for now. So I will drop that die.
Oh no.
So near sundown, heading up to the old Pete's mine. Is there anything else anybody wants to try to acquire in town before you go diving into a mine?
Lights.
Lights. I mean, if anybody's got a
survival kit.
The survival kit comes with a flashlight.
I think everyone but me starts with one.
Okay.
And if you got night vision or dark vision, you're probably don't.
I could do a ritual to give us all dark vision for a day.
Yeah, I already have low light vision.
You have low, okay.
So you need some light at that point.
Mary, you don't have dark vision, do you?
No, I don't.
If you want to help me with a ritual, I can do a ritual to give us both dark vision for a day.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let me see.
I don't even have that spell.
No, you don't. But if you want to do an assist, you can make an assist spellcasting roll at -1 for every stage of the dramatic text.
Sure.
So
I don't see why not.
So I'll just do it fast. I'll just draw 3 and then do 3 rolls.
Okay. For as you're doing this ritual,
as I'm doing the ritual, okay.
Yeah, as you're doing this ritual, you're noticing that it's doing something this big the magic is a bit unstable. Like
it's a bit unstable.
Yeah, just like the environment around you feels weird as you're doing it, as you're trying to like.
Can I just stop then? If it feels weird, can I just stop?
You could. Otherwise, the basic effect is going to be an additional -2 on the entire ritual. To
yeah, that I would not then. I would just once it felt weird, I'm suspicious. So any sort of indication, I would just cancel it. I would just stop the ritual, and it'll cost it's the same as casting a power, so it'll only cost me 1, but
yeah.
I will pass that on to Mary, as she might have also felt sort of the
if she was helping, she was going to notice like there's.
Because I guess she would have taken the -2 penalties too. So
yeah, she would have as well.
I would just mention there's something dirty with the magic here, and I don't want to. I could spend all the points to offset those penalties, but I don't really want to right now. So I tell her I will turn them on when we get there.
Very good.
Yep.
Well, that's interesting.
Midnight has low light vision. Spike, do you have night vision of any kind?
I have low light.
Low light. So you're going to need some light to exist to begin with, likely.
Mm-hmm.
And I have infra. I have infra, but it's only heat. Which, reverse-wise, I would since I can notice objects with heat, I could probably notice abscesses, or the absence of heat. But that's kind of
if there was something cold next to something that was hot, you could probably see this to detect that.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah, I could see the void.
Yep.
rather than just not seeing anything.
I can also see an ultraviolet, so the opposite end of infrared. But
either way,
well, mine's not actually infrared. It's actually just called infravision, and it's like it's actually more closer to thermal vision.
Yeah.
You've got low light and
ultraviolet, yeah.
And ultraviolet.
I tried looking at what the difference between all that was, and it's very little.
Well, ultraviolet, certain things actually, like like scorpions. With his ultraviolet vision, he would be able to see scorpions from like a mile away because they glow in ultraviolet light. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the carapace of scorpions and some other creatures like that, they actually glow under UV light.
I mean, ultraviolet light, that's essentially like a black light, right?
It's the stuff they use on your teeth at the dentist. I'll look it up while we're doing some stuff here.
It's probably irrelevant, so don't worry.
Yeah. All right. So you get up to the mine as the sun's kind of going.
I decided also, just as a matter of declaring, I have little like purplish blotches breaking out all over my body. Not like dark purple.
Yeah.
But as a reaction from the.
Yeah, it is black light. It is black light. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, so if it shows up under a black light, I can see it.
Neat. So, out of curiosity, are we driving there? Like, is it that far away, or is it just...
It's a few miles, so yeah, you probably could... You maybe don't need to take your full wagon with you, your trailer. You probably leave that behind.
But the ATV, but
unless
not the
you
trailer.
really needed something out of that, yeah, and you might want to take your trailer. But
I was thinking, should I bring my full complement of skeletons along?
Ooh. Well, I think this might be a stealthier mission than that.
You want it to be? You're gonna go. We're gonna go stealthy. Okay. I will not wear my plate armor then.
Well, once you get into, if you do manage to find your way down through this mine and where they accidentally got maybe connected into Percy's mine, that mine is still operating. So it's possibly you're gonna run into miners if you're not careful. So.
That's true. That's true.
All right. So just my mummy and Garfield. Got it.
Do they have, I guess I didn't ask, but do they have like the sort of like light things that wrap around the back of your head?
Oh, like a headlamp type thing?
Oh, yeah.
I would think so, probably.
Okay.
I mean, I can always turn on my aura when we get in there.
True.
That's true. That would at least shed probably some light.
Yeah.
And I like I said, I will do dark vision on Mary and myself at least once we're in there.
Yeah, if you wanted to get a headlamp, it's only going to be like 2 gold to cover that. Okay,
I'll get one.
I was gonna say I don't know if I have credit. I don't think I got.
I'll get 4 of them. We got. You said it's probably 1 apiece.
It's 2 each, but 20 credits.
What's that?
Which is 2 gold.
2 each. Okay, yeah. So I'm at 87. So I bought everyone a headlamp.
Yay, more hats. I think Mary likes hats. I don't know why. It's just Mary loves Team Fortress 2.
I would maybe try to find one of those headlamps that's the deal where it's like the headlamp itself, the strap can like more or less contract and become the handle. Have you seen those where it's like it's an actual flashlight that can sort of split apart and has like a strap built into it?
Oh.
Here, let me see. Let me see if I can find a picture. They're really cool.
I think I know what you're talking about. They're basically just, you can remove them and go around either a hand or a head or a helmet.
Yes. Okay, no worries.
Just a little trickery with the plastic.
Yeah, it essentially is. Yeah, it's like basically the handle itself just has a big elastic strap built into it, and the handle just splits in half. I can't find one online right now, so we can just go with headlamp. Okay.
I have to put mine at a slightly odd angle to find a spot that it actually wraps around my head.
Funny, yeah.
What is the book that has the the cactus person in again? I feel like I couldn't.
Arcana and Mysticism.
Pretty sure it's that one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm not seeing
Because
that.
it's got.
I'm not seeing that on my on the shared with me. Did you take them off of?
I know you had it.
Oh, I did. Okay, here, let me go back through. I replaced them because I had to get. I wasn't sure which versions I had on there, and I had to transfer them to my laptop. So I will change that drive. I will share those.
Cool,
I didn't.
yeah.
I didn't.
Okay, cool.
I did not realize that I hadn't.
No worries. I just wanted to look up some stuff about the cactus.
Cactus people.
Could have sworn there was a
Yep, it'll be there in a second. Here, I'll share it with.
While you're doing
I'll
that,
share it
I'm
with.
getting.
Can I buy a vowel on the name of your actual race?
That's funny, yeah.
Wow, it's having a really hard time just setting light values on editing the token to like, hey, these people have light now; they can see. So I'm working on getting that set up. Now that you're all gonna have lights.
Immortal Ace, the Adams, Brett.
Oh, is there a different
Brett Allen
version from the?
Well,
one I
there's
have
some of them have
currently
said the sway like the Savage Rift's player's guide has been updated, and then I think I also might have added the.
Oh, so I've got the adventure edition, but there's a different version. I should probably download that.
I shared them again with the three of you guys. I know. Mel's got all of these on either physical or.
I love
or
my
pegging.
physical books, even though they haven't.
They
don't
get three
update.
things
They don't
now.
update, but.
No, they don't. But you've got a Peg Inc account, so like you've actually like, and that's where I've got most of these. You know,
PDFs.
like I've got.
I mean, I have all the PDFs too, but.
Which I missed getting in on that Deadlands Kickstarter, but you should let me know. Like, keep me informed on when those books are coming out, because that seems
you
like
might
fun.
still be able to like late pledge at this point and just get the PDF.
I might. I mean, they'll take my money, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure they would love to.
They do a good job. It's one of the few times where I'm totally willing to do. You know, I'm never willing to pre-order, but the Kickstarters on these books has been really great.
Oh,
I've been very impressed. Let's see, my front door locked. Yes, my front door is. Don't want the neighborhood kids just walking into my house.
Oh,
That's a thing.
that would not be fun.
Well, they're not troublesome or anything, but like we leave the main, like the big door open and the screen door closed. And so some of the kids in the neighborhood, they know that my folks have dogs, and they like to play with the dogs, and that's fine. But every once in a while, they'll just kind of like, knock, and if no one hears, they just kind of like step in and talk to the dogs.
Oh my God, I did that
I don't
all the time.
I know, and it's like, that's the thing. I'm not too worried about it, but right now I don't want them coming in while I'm playing video.
Right.
Like.
I must have been such a pain in the ass as a kid, because I would walk into everybody's house in our town. Like, no problem.
Well,
we all did it,
but in a small town, that's a little bit, and it's,
right,
because I mean, I grew up in Wilcox and Minden too. Yeah. Very happened in Atlanta. Oh my God. Yeah. Atlanta. Yeah. My cousin, Beth, is there at the CDC.
I've been looking into maybe working there.
They've got some good stuff. I mean, they are the CDC, so there's some pretty strict requirements, but it seems like she's been very pleased with her work there. I think it's very fulfilling work.
Yeah, I have another friend that works there too, doing like graphic design stuff for them.
Okay. I'm going to bring my railgun just in case. And I'm going to bring a wrecking bar, and I'm just calling it a utility pick. I'm using the same rules as like a Warhammer, but it's like a mining pick. Does that work?
Yeah.
Like the wrecking bar is just a maul, and the utility pick is just a Warhammer, but I'm, trapping them as like mining equipment.
Hey, that stuff is sturdy as hell. It can probably withstand your strength.
That's kind of what I was saying. Even if it breaks after a few uses, it's, more just kind of like to look like we're miners, maybe. Granted, we're armed to the teeth, but.
Meanwhile, supernaturally strong mummy is carrying around this dinky little vibro knife.
Well, I'm having a bit of technical difficulties right now, so we're gonna take a little pause here.
Okay.
And see what we can do about that. Hey, we're back. Roll20 seems to be working a little better now. We'll see how long that lasts.
Back to live. Back to live.
All right, so you've got your supplies, you've got mining headlamps, and you're ready to go into the mine. You meet the security.
Oh, one last thing. I'm going to grab a couple pairs like out of my clothing pile.
Okay.
We just threw
You
that
lost.
into
You're gone. As soon as you had your clothing pile in, you were gone, Jordo.
Yeah.
Jordo cuts out usually if he gets too loud, and then it just like kills his feed. That's what happens. I don't know if that's what's caused it, but it always seems like he'll get really loud about something, and then it just stops Discord streaming.
It's true. It does seem like that happens sometimes.
Jordo, it says you're talking. Oh,
you got it. Yeah.
Okay.
You're back. I think.
Hello, Jordo.
Hello. Yep. Hey. Can you hear me?
There we go.
Yep. Sorry, I stepped across. I stepped across the invisible line.
I clicked the button too soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it always seems like it cuts you out.
That
we were talking about when you get loud. That's when it cuts out.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I would have just grabbed a bunch of children's clothes from my pile of clothes, so that if we get caught down there, I could potentially pretend to be a child. Which the absurdity of a child in the basement of their mind is potentially enough to confuse them. Just thinking, I don't want to hurt anyone, and I think keeping a low profile is good.
One child is just unlikely.
Are you going to be in a child form now, then?
Right.
Or not?
No, not yet. No, I'm just going to keep the clothes in my satchel, just in case I need to switch,
Okay.
Because I'm guessing most of my clothes would probably resize with me if I'm taking a human form. But they're adult clothes. Even if they do resize, they're adult clothes, and I'm wearing some riding armor and stuff. So if we have if we can hear them coming and we've got a minute or two to prepare, I would maybe do that.
Good to know. It might help. It might not. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
So you meet the.
I need to rejoin as player.
Oh yeah, security. At Pete's mine, they ask you for the code word, which was never given to you.
Oh, and we were given the code word?
No, you were not. They asked for the code word.
I'd say Jacoby.
You say Jacoby. Yeah, there's no code word, but we wanted to see what you would do. We've been expecting you.
Honestly, what we gave was
pretty worried.
I was this close to just puppeting him immediately.
You're like, oh shit. What do we do?
I was like, well, I've got Mind Link. I've got.
You do have some, not like a drawn map, it's pretty detailed instructions that were given to you on which pathways to take to find the entrance into Percy's mine from here. So we are going to do this as a challenging, or whatever, the second level dramatic task.
Survival, boys.
Of survival, to see if you can find your way using these instructions, which aren't 100% perfect, and there's maybe some other things that make it more difficult. So it's going to be 5 rounds to get, was it 8 successes? I don't remember.
For which one? Is it challenging or difficult? Or
difficult. I think whatever the second level one is.
The second one is, I think, 6 successes in 4 rounds. I think.
Dramatic task. Where are
I'm
you?
at
Which page? 122? Ish.
Difficulty is 6 tokens in 4 rounds.
6
Oh, boy.
seconds and 4 rounds. Okay. So, is there somebody who's going to be the primary direction giver?
So we're using survival.
Yes.
I think so.
Can I boost lower trait? Will boost. I think Brett, you have. I think you and I have the same survival, right? We both have
Yeah. with
D8.
If you can make it less,
Uh-huh.
at least in like an hour or so. If you can bump up the duration long enough to do that.
Sure.
Otherwise, it won't.
I mean,
It probably won't matter. Otherwise.
Well, while we're heading in, I will do jack of all trades to get survival to pay maybe help.
Because I'm only gonna
okay.
just
Then
to
I guess,
keep it from getting too
yeah.
ridiculous. I'm only gonna have one.
Oh, you're gonna have 2 of them.
Yeah, only one other person can help. Just
Oh, okay. Well, then I will just cast spells on you if you guys need them.
Okay. I can't make it last an hour, so not quite.
You would have to do a
Pretty
meditation.
confident with some D8. We could probably
Yeah, and
get there.
I guess I can help you. I just have this -1 on everything.
Well, how about this? Before we start, I will cast Exalted Dark Side on everyone, which ignores all illumination penalties and allows you to see in the ultraviolet and infrared spectrums, and you can see anyone using invisibility. So at least we don't have to worry about darkness. I'll do that for everybody. So
Okay.
1,
Wow.
3, 6. It's going to cost me 6 points, but all penalties are for maintain. Hey, it's a raise, which doesn't matter because I use the exalted version.
Oh.
right.
Well, because with the normal version, if you get a raise, you ignore 6 points of illumination penalties rather than 4. Whereas with the exalted, you just ignore all illumination. So we can all see in the dark, and those of us who don't already see in the ultraviolet can also see it ultraviolet.
Perfect.
So that's 6 points, and I will drop that in.
All right, so we're going to draw the first card and see if there's any complications on finding your way with these directions through Pete's Mine. I never came up with a name for his company. Maybe it's just Pete's Mining Company. We'll just go with that. And draw a card. All right, so no additional complications. The map's decent enough, so it's just a straight roll. We'll get the support roll first. Whoever's doing that.
I'll
Probably
support.
the guy with the -1.
Yeah, I mean, nobody else has a D8, do they?
No.
Nope.
Yeah.
Wait, cast the boosting spells first.
Here's the thing. If you wanted me to do it, I could do Jack of all trades to get possibly a D6, but more than likely a D4 instead.
Yeah. No, he said that the boost has to last an hour or it won't matter.
Yeah.
So
That would
we're just
probably
gonna
call
hope for the best.
me. Oh boy.
Yep. Help.
That's
Oh,
not
wow.
good.
Well,
Because crit fails are really bad.
Crit fails reduce by 1. It basically is a negative token.
Yeah, so you need
even if
7 now.
even if it's just the assist.
Or no, a crit fail on the assist is a -2 to the roll rather than any
-2.
bonuses.
Yeah, he's
Shit.
giving you
It's
bad.
just an
gave you
automatic
some-
-2.
Yeah, I gave you some bad directions or
That is considerably better than a -1 to the thing.
to the tokens.
Okay.
All right, so you're making your
So-
first survival roll at a -2 thanks to some bad directions from Spike.
Yep.
No, I think it's
I'm
this way.
trying to
You
get-
see that piece over there? That's what he said. To turn. You got it. That's one. That's one token.
Without the -2, it would have been 2. What am I supposed to do?
Okay.
I can't
Woo.
control the dark.
All right. So you've found your way. You found your way to an elevator. Takes a bit to make sure it's still working in power and how to operate it, and you ride that down
I mean,
to another level, and then you got to make some more.
we can always power it.
And then
Okay.
the second card is a club.
Oh,
So
yeah.
there is a
Another
One of the
-2.
passageway that you're pretty sure you have to go down has collapsed, and it's very unstable. It's unlikely the dragon could even move them out. So you're gonna have to try to navigate down some of these other side passages to get around this collapsed way and still find your way back to where you're supposed to go.
Right.
So now you're
back on track.
So it's -2 to both the support and the main roll this time. We'll see unless the support doesn't even want to try to risk it this time. Failure doesn't do anything on the support anyway. That's just a crit fail.
Right.
So
I mean, if I get another double ones, like, what can I do? That's
yeah.
fate saying go fuck yourself.
Right.
So we'll try.
I think it's worth it. Yeah, I think it's worth a shot.
Boom!
Oh!
10.
Hey.
So that cancels out the -2.
So yeah, you can get a maximum of +2 with an individual support.
All right, so you get to do your
straight survival.
Straight survival roll. Spike's
Okay, come
instincts
on,
was good here.
big money.
Even
Oh,
though
just one.
Goddamn.
we're at 2
Okay, we still got time.
You got to get
We at least
4
got
more.
around this.
Got around that. That was hard.
You gotta get 4 more, and
There's some very
more.
creepy sounds down here. Like, you're not anywhere close to where Percy's mind is supposed to be, but you swear you hear, like, knocking on the walls. Like, somebody's actually, like, chipping away with a pickaxe off in the distance. Like, it's really faint. And it only happens a few times, and then it goes away. But it's a little creepy.
Well, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Should be nobody down here. Next
Does
card.
anybody have...
The king. So, no penalties here.
Okay.
All right, big money.
10 again.
+2.
Damn.
Survival +2 this time.
That's what we like. All right, give us at least 2. Here's a raise. Here's a
Yeah, if you
raise.
don't get a raise, then...
Oh,
do
that
it.
is 3
That's
successes.
3 fucking successes.
That's 3
right there.
tokens.
So you're at 5. You only need
And
one
a
more.
1. And you roll the 1.
Of course.
You're feeling really good that you're on track. This last bit should find your way in, and things seem to be matching up for the most part with the landmarks and the signs. One of the signs has kind of got buried under a small collapse, but you found the sign, and you know that you're pretty sure which way to go.
We realized that when it fell down, it actually turned in the wrong direction.
Yep.
Huh.
Let's see that support roll.
Son of
Oh
a
my
bitch.
God.
Wow,
Only I
you could have done it
gone.
yourself. That's +4. +4 to the main roll.
No. It's only maximum of +2 from a support
It is
roll.
max of +2.
Per
So.
Yeah. If you have more people, like yes, but
If I had been
Well,
the
in this
main, we
particular
would've
case, we're also only allowing one person. We're gonna just give you the +4.
But-
But well, you got it
Okay.
anyway. You did it with a +2. You found your way. And
Brett,
yeah, they definitely. It's a
Brett,
small hole,
that's a high
but they
five.
did chip their way.
High five.
You got it. They didn't break the way all the way open once they realized, like, oh, there's a passageway back here. Shit. We got a little off track and got a little too close to Percy's mind.
So, who thinks that before we enter the thing, that I should cast a divination to see if I can't just summon the thing here?
Yeah, I was going to suggest something like that, or at least a detect arcana if somebody could do it.
I could do that. I'll do that if you wanted to. If you want, I will detect Arcana if you want to do the divination. That way we can kind of, because my detect Arcana is actually psychic, so that's using points that I haven't used.
I'm going to do the summon everything in the area, of course, because it's.
So before he does that, I'm going to do the ultimate expanded Arcana with the presence and exalted. Just so I can look around.
Right.
Do I see any sort of absurd entities through the walls or anything? Because I with the present sense, I could ignore obstructions, line of sight.
There's almost maybe a old trace, maybe, of some sort of lingering mystical energy.
Okay.
But it's you get something that's like old, or like several days potentially, or even longer.
It's the trail has gone cold sort of type
Yeah,
situation.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, stale. So I would mention that like there's some stale energy in here, Mary.
I would also like to do that because I have the same ability. I just, in case I see.
Yep.
something-
It'll cost you 4 points to do the full deal.
I just want to do the regular one.
The regular one won't let you see through walls.
Oh,
Right.
okay. Well, I'll do that one then.
But you have to do the present sense to see through walls.
Can I do that? With my
You can do
innate-
all of them. You got a master.
Okay. Then yeah. Sorry. Okay.
Because I put the cost under. If you can look at the notes under mine, presence cost +1 and exalted cost +1.
No, I wouldn't think to do that. I just did a regular one.
Yeah, what you
since
can
I
see
didn't
through the
declare it.
hole into the Percy's mind you don't see anything. So, from what you can see through there.
I don't see anything.
No.
Casting, divination, everything in the area.
Is there a particular type of entity you're looking for? Because you kind of have to. I was reading it. You have,
Yes.
You kind of have to pick. Like, are you trying to talk to light spirits or like ghosts of people who've died, or nature spirits, or holy
I
or
was looking
demonic?
for, I was looking for ghosts of people that.
Oh no, Mel's talking about the divination.
Yeah, you can't just like
The
tell me
divination,
how-
like
yeah, you can't just like every spirit in the area. Like, it doesn't quite
Well,
work that way.
the spirit of
no,
sickness.
it's specifically it's in the rules. Like okay, the last time that we had the session, I did that meditation divination. Since I did it in the church, like at a holy site, I could really only contact spirits of light. If you want to contact elementals, you kind of have to do it around a fire.
Fire or water.
Since you're exactly, yeah. Since you're a necromancer, you probably don't need any sort of extra stuff to talk to the dead spirits. But anything else you should point out. Otherwise, yours is kind of your average is dead folk.
Yeah. So if you don't say
So
it's
I
dead
was
folk, it has to be somebody that died somewhere in the nearby area.
If there really is a spirit of a sickness, then I will call to it.
Spirit of sickness. All right.
That was the. Anyway, so I'm going to use my free reroll and see if I can't get a raise.
Might as well, I guess. Yeah.
No, I'm not going to spend a penny.
So, spirit of illness, like you're reaching out to try to find something like that, and you're getting nothing. There doesn't seem to be any illness or death or ailment type of spirits in the area.
Oh.
You may have to go farther down if there is one.
Right, I was gonna say we're right at the entrance. I don't know how big your range
I just figured, hey, can we skip the dungeon crawl? Nope. Okay.
Well, there you go.
You can do so.
That's true.
Oh, but Adam, the specific line is that if speaking with a ghost, for example, the conversation should occur at its grave where it was killed or with a personal object in hand, which, since you're a necromancer, you kind of get to ignore that. But
to a point, yeah.
Oracles may only be engaged at temples, fire spirits near open flames, and so on. So, like, for the most part, anything that's not a dead spirit, you're going to have to maybe, you may have to take some action to contact those spirits other than just casting stuff.
Okay.
Well, at least the evil spirit's not here.
Yeah.
I'm not going to maintain my my psionics after I see some hints. I'm not going to use it for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, I also end mine it's up in a minute, so since nothing happened when Mary did it, I also
the dark vision stuff that you cast. How long was that going to last?
1 hour per duration.
Oh,
Right.
So every hour I'm going to have to up it. So you let me know when the hour comes up, and I will.
I was going to that dramatic task was about an hour, so.
About an hour? Okay.
Yeah.
I will Everyone's got it.
But
So
you
that's
bought
4
all these
points.
lights, and now
Okay.
you're just going to give dark vision to everybody anyway.
Yeah, well, I wasn't sure. I figured, who knows? Maybe we could have walked into some magical darkness. Or I have 2 more hours that I can do for everyone else on dark vision. So. Unless Mary wants to donate some of her PPE to me to actually help maintain, which she could do.
Well, let's see if Roll20 will
What do
let
you
me increase your sight.
How many you need?
If you want to give me can I have 4?
Sure.
So I can sustain?
Alrighty then.
Okay, cool. If you're willing, I will let you, like, every time that we have to sustain the dark vision, if you want to give up those freely of your own will, then I can use those points to sustain. I can't just assume that you're going to give those to me.
Yeah.
Because it's the whole siphoning thing. It's in the siphoning of PPE.
All right, so you climb through the hole. It's not hard to get through.
I guess we do.
Garfield's not overly huge either, so you can get through there as well. The mummy may be a bit of a challenge, just because but it'll get through.
Also, Garfield has the advantage of not having flesh.
Yeah. And you go a little ways down the tunnel that you found, because the one end was clearly not finished. So there was only one way to go once you got into Percy's mine from here. And I'm going to move you over to... Hopefully this map is set up properly.
There's going to be so many gods.
And hopefully it'll run on everybody's computer.
I say the mummy goes first.
They say the mummy goes first.
So if anyone spots us, it will be him first, and thus.
Well, something to consider. I could take the form of like a cat or like a badger and just sort of meander on in.
Badger's probably the better one.
I'm just thinking, like I could take the form of an animal that might be more common than a human body wrapped in linen.
Well, I was just thinking, it's just like, oh hey, fear factor. They then run away.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's
This
a scary
is a magical place. Undead totally can just pop up randomly.
So everybody is able to see.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you just see a little bit ahead of you. You don't see like anything else on the map.
No, we don't. We kind of don't see around the boulder there.
Good. I got everything.
Basically, like there's a little bit of dark around the corner, but it actually darkens. There's kind of a layer there. I like that.
Very good.
Yep.
Is that's the lighting, the dynamic lighting?
That's the old one too, because I don't know how to use the
Oh
new
wow,
one yet.
yeah, there is a bit of lag here. Oh wow, not too much.
Not for me. Looks fine to me.
Huh.
I think
Unless you
I
got
think
some-
once it loaded everything on my end, after the refresh, it was all fine again. So.
You might, Adam. That's another thing. You might just want to
Just
But
refresh.
then I have to open all the tabs again.
Oh, that's true. But that's
that is true. That is true. I can understand that.
But I've heard having
I am-
having too many handouts and character sheets open, it can slow Roll20 down, which might have been my
I
problem.
know a boatload of PDFs definitely does, and I know Brett has the same problem that I do with that. Like,
Well,
Mm-hmm.
all right. So this light on, there's a light right here that's actually on. A lantern is hanging there.
Oh, well, sure.
Oh, yeah.
It's an
Okay.
active
is it
mine.
like is it electric?
Yeah, it's an electric, self-contained. It's got its own power. It's not hooked up to wires or anything. It's an internal power source. Probably runs off of something similar to an E-clip that can run for quite a long time. Yeah. Would you like to proceed?
Yeah.
Pretty-
Are we having Mummy go first?
Or are you having Fletcher go in the form of a cat? Or a badger or something?
yeah.
Or a mole rat?
Mm.
As long as Fletcher has seen one, he knows how to take its shape.
Well, that's the thing. That was why I mentioned like Fletcher doesn't know the extent. So he would know cats, and he would know bears, and he would know numerous types of humanoid.
Yep.
And he would know dinosaurs too, but dinosaurs are knockoff dragons, and that's not cool.
Not cool.
Well, you're the boss, Midnight.
Yeah.
I think we ought to send the mummy, because if they spot a cat or a bear, they're just as likely to shoot either one, I feel.
Yeah.
That's
They'll definitely
possible.
shoot the mummy, but
It's unlikely
Right.
that they'll be able
Who
to
cares?
proof the mummy.
Right. The mummy
Very
is a little
unlikely.
bit. If you got a tank, you better put him up front.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, since we're trying to sort of be stealthy, I'm gonna have my bow out with polymer arrows ready to
I'm
go.
pretty sure the mummy has stealth. Yep. Better than all of us, of course.
So we're gonna assume you're all trying to move somewhat stealthily at this point. So I'll just have you make a roll if it becomes necessary. I will assume you're trying to
Thank
be
you.
quiet until such time as I think there needs to be a roll.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and you can don't move too fast at once. Just the mummy can scout ahead a little bit. Maybe just move your normal, like the mummy's pace at a time or less at one time, and everybody else can follow up.
Oh, I have a question for you, Mel,
Sure.
and this is something I haven't gotten an official answer on, so it's your call. If I take the form of a creature, would I have its pace, or would I just have my normal pace? So, like, if I took the form of a horse, would I have the horse's pace, or would I still just have my own pace?
I think you have.
I haven't gotten an official answer, and it's up to you.
I think you have the form's pace. Pretty sure.
The form's pace?
Pretty
Okay.
sure.
It's I haven't asked that. I haven't gotten that question answered yet. I asked questions on other stuff, but that one didn't occur to me. So that's.
That's what.
And if it changes, we can do that. But I want your opinion.
Yeah, we're
so
gonna
that,
go with
your
the
DM
animal
right.
space at this until we hear
Okay.
otherwise.
Okay, cool.
'Cause
I will make sure that I have.
You get a lot of its natural abilities typically.
Yeah, I figured I get the physical abilities,
So the
and I
pace
didn't know if
makes
you would
sense.
consider that. Yeah.
Unless it has a supernatural way of movement, then you would not get that probably.
Yeah, like the flight is supernatural. So if it has wings, he doesn't get the flight speed. He just has his whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. I figured I'd get that answered before it ever became real.
Cool. All right, Mary, let's have the mummy move forward. I think you should be able to see everything it sees. Are you looking through its eyes? Do you have that ability or not with the mummy?
No, not with this one.
This one does not have mind link.
Okay, I'm gonna try to shut off its. It does not have sight turned on for it because of that. So.
It did increase
The fog of war. Let me
darkness
turn
a
it
little
shut.
bit. Yeah,
I'm gonna take off its ability to remove
So
the
just-
fog of war.
just make it like blind or something.
Yep.
Yeah, Garfield's the one with that,
Yeah.
and he has all the abilities that I can't see.
Has
Oh yeah, the
sight
mummy. Yeah.
and does reveal fog of war on the cat.
Should
Garfield
I-
does have sight turned on for you. So.
Yes, and the mummy does not have any special sight abilities either, which
No.
I'm surprised. But it does not have dark vision or anything.
Yeah, I was also too. But should I send Garfield out front too? Just send all the undead front.
I think maybe you should keep Garfield by you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mummy's just to get
Just in
attacked.
case you need
walks
some
to the edge of the light, and then you follow up if it doesn't get attacked.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
That's basically, I'm just sending him out there, and if they start shooting at him, then we know.
Yep.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, like, it's very unlikely that they'll have flamethrowers.
So some of these look
That's
like
what I'm thinking.
natural, like underground caves that they've just used. Some of it they've clearly carved out a little bit of extra space so they could fit things through. But some of it's definitely natural at this point. There's a big pile of rocks in front of you. But no, so far nothing.
Yep, I will follow. I'll basically follow Midnight at maybe an inch or two on the screen.
Okay.
I'll try to kind of keep that. Yeah, about where I am. I'll try to stay that far behind Midnight,
Okay.
unless he has some other thing that he needs me to do.
You know, I just thought of a really smart idea. Just give the mummy a radio, and I can just order it no matter how far away it is.
I mean, you do have to order it through speech, so that makes sense. I mean, now granted, you're going to have the radio turned on to speakers so that it can hear you, because I doubt that the mummy has ears. You know, like you can't exactly put an earphone in it.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm just like,
You know, I'm just thinking from just sort of like a general, like, without getting too deep into mechanics, it would
That's funny though.
be.
Yeah.
But that makes sense. I mean, that makes sense if it can hear your words.
Midnight's gonna go around the
Because
bend.
that was the main reason why I was just religiously putting mind
Or you gotta wait for the mummy to go around the bend.
Okay. Where's the... Is this the bend?
Yeah, you just have to
Oh,
go
no, I think around the block is the bend.
yeah, if you go around,
over
you have to
here?
walk around the rocks, but you can kind of see past them. They're not fully tall.
Since we have infrared and ultraviolet, do we see any sort of like laser tripwires or anything? Because we would be able to see those.
If the laser,
Most like at least like security lasers tend to be in, I believe, the infrared range.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
so
there's-
them together.
little chance of actually being able to see them with normal eyesight. It's not the red ones you like technically see in media. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, like the whole concept of like spraying like, you know, like hairspray or whatever to like show where the lasers are. That actually works, but you would need like 300 gallons of hairspray to make it work like it does.
Exactly.
Actually, baby powder works way better. You just put a big pile in your hands and smack them together, and it just creates a big puff of smoke. Works really well. Totally lets everyone know where you are, though.
I'm assuming that Mel will stop us if
Yep.
anything needs to be done. I don't know if I'm riding Garfield or not.
It's definitely very low sitting, so there won't be any flying happening down here unless I say otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't seem too safe.
And it looks like coming to you think it's a T intersection, maybe? Hard to tell. To get a little closer.
Is there any kind of incline to this?
There was it's pretty flat. It's not exactly flat. Obviously, there's a stairway, kind of natural stairway that you came down back over here.
Right,
Downwards,
right.
but otherwise
So it's going down towards those tracks. So I suppose we ought to go to the right.
Do we know which direction?
At this
Or
point,
is
no.
does the map end basically here?
Yeah.
More or
I'm
less.
just assuming since we're coming down, we're descending this direction, then going this direction is also going down, where this direction feels like it's going back up.
It's actually the
Okay.
It's actually the other way around when you like get in there. It looks like it's slightly, very slightly going up around the corner there a little bit.
It's going up
So which way?
over here.
Slightly going up around this corner over here. Just slightly though. It's still pretty flat right here. There's a tipped over
Right,
mine
right.
cart.
Right, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
I
Well,
am
which
going to
way should I
have.
just-
You won't know why, but I'm going to have all of you make, I think, spirit rolls. Let me double check here. I'm going to turn on.
Does that include Garfield and Mummy, or are they?
No, Garfield and the Mummy do not need to. Just the four of you.
And this is
Whisper
straight
rolls.
spirit.
Okay.
Is
Fucking
there any minuses
fatigue.
to that?
I'm gonna Benny that since I have them.
Yeah.
Extra one.
Was it just a straight spirit roll?
Yep.
All right. Now.
Unless I told you the wrong
Spike
one to roll.
or
I'm
Spike.
still looking up what the opposed
Spike
is
cannot
here.
roll well today.
I rolled awesome on those 3 other assist rolls. I got a 10, a 10, and a 16. But I can't roll for myself for shit.
You can't roll for attributes.
Okay. I will let you know that all of you have failed that roll.
Oh fuck.
Even the 7?
Yep. You would need an 8.
Dang.
Oh, can I try to roll again? I mean, I guess I
If
didn't.
you have free rolls or want
realize,
to spend
like-
bennies on this, unfortunately, I'm not gonna this time be able to tell you what you're rolling against. But
Oh, you're not going to tell us the result. That's fine. I will still try to re-roll to.
Just-
Oh, yeah.
maybe
yeah, I'll
try-
at least tell you the number that you.
Yeah,
That's
cool.
That's why I was asking about minus.
Nope.
Ooh, I don't think that's the
Oh, for
number.
fuck's sake! What the heck?
Nope.
Nope.
I mean, Mary, you
Okay,
got
one more.
4 bounties and 2.
This is not extra horrible. Like nothing super bad's gonna happen to you. It's just gonna make things a little harder for you going forward if you fail it.
No, that isn't fair.
Oh, you know what?
All right.
I will do one more. Actually, I don't know. I've got an 8 in spirit. Do you guys think I should re-roll, or do you think I should just
So
stick
do
with it?
I, but all I've gotten was 4s. I don't know why.
Yeah, it might not be worth it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I will go with what the team thinks because I could try, but
I have
spent
one.
2
I have 1 Benny, so I choose not to use it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what was the highest numbers people got of those two? Looks like
Uh,
Midnight got a
7.
7 was the highest, right?
Yep.
So,
Yep.
I'm gonna put on your token whoops, wrong button. Just so I remember how much you failed by. Did anybody fail by 4 or more? If it got a 4 or less.
I did
4 or less.
because all I
Okay.
got was 4.
nope. I got a 5, so I failed by 3.
I got a 3, so I failed by 5.
All right, so
I
Spike
got
definitely
4s,
crit.
and
Like
that's it.
the 8 would be a raise against you. I'm clicking the wrong button here. So Spike, you failed really bad.
Yep, I got a 3, a 2, and 2 ones.
Mary got
Marvel.
4 was your best, so you also have a.
4s were the best.
You also have 2.
You know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna try one more.
You do have a boatload of Bennies.
There we go.
All right,
Hey,
so you
Had to
succeed.
spend 3 goddamn bennies, but
Um,
and I got a 4 on the D8.
you
of
all
course.
do like shortly as this is kind of happening, a very slight chill. Although Spike gets a bit of a more of a chill feeling. But he
It's
might be
interacting with my fatigue.
possibly. It's also maybe because there's no sun down here, and this is obviously you don't want to be down here for too long because you could die down here just
Yeah,
from not having
that's
sunlight
true.
for a few days.
That's true.
All right, that's all that is. But yeah,
feel it chill. I'm not used to that. I don't know what cold is. Like,
yeah, but
I don't even. I wear
it may-
wear a t-shirt in the winter.
it may be just more of an unsettling feeling,
Mm-hmm.
nervousness, or however you think your character might physically feel or sense.
I don't
something
trust
creepy.
this area. I
Yeah.
don't trust this at all.
Okay, so where were the mummies going?
Which way
Left
did you
or
want to
right?
go?
I think this way, right?
That's
Or-
down?
I think
This way.
so, right?
No,
that
which
feels
way
right.
do
You
you
know
think
what?
is down?
While we're here, after that happens, I'm gonna do Exalted Conceal on my Arcana.
It's a tough
Okay.
call. Because honestly, there's more map to the right. So that might...
That is true.
Unless it wraps around, you never know.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
A little
Well,
meta in there.
let's try this way.
I mean, it seems like we're going down. That seems like
Yeah.
That is the goal.
what we're trying to do.
That's as far as I can see. Like, if you want, like, you can tell me where.
As far as
like,
you can see,
finally.
the mummy can go a little farther to the left yet.
Like over here?
Yep.
Okay.
That seems reasonable.
I'm
Yeah.
in the back.
Like I said, I'm trying to stay about 2 inches behind midnight. So if I forget to move my character, that's where I'm staying.
Gotcha.
Just because that seems reasonable,
Well,
and I'm not.
It looks like kind of a dead end that way.
Yep. All right, fellas, turn around. Let's head back up the track.
I will step to the side and let the mummy go past and hold my nose as it does.
Oh, it doesn't.
It smells like sandalwood and honey. I mean, honey is something that all of those mummies smelled like because that's what they use. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But sandalwood, I think they also use a lot of sandalwood as well in like their like rituals. I think that's what they burned.
Well, it certainly doesn't just rotting because that was the whole point of them being mummies. They didn't.
You know, since we're in such a close quarters, I would ask Spike if he just wants to ride on my shoulder.
Spike is like tiny in there.
Right, I'm gonna have
because you're like so small that I wouldn't even notice your weight, and I would, since we're kind of
stop. I'll have you stop running the mummy at this point, right about here.
Right there. Okay.
Yeah, I would do that.
Just keep moving forward until you tell me this.
Yep. Okay. He would more or less just kind of like sling you up over one of his shoulders and then just tell you to hold on.
Yeah, because he's got actually around. I was basically just like wandering around, like because I can now see an infrared, and so I'm like, whoa!
I'm tripping now.
Yeah.
I would mention to you that like I have like a sort of a harness on that has a bunch of clips or something. So if you wanted to like actually like attach yourself to me, I've got some carabiners or whatever that could maybe like.
So around the corner, a slowly rolling
turn you into a backpack.
Is a empty minecart just rolling down past you guys. Nothing in it.
Can I do an expanded awareness?
Good.
I'll do that too, just the basic one.
Because mine is also innate, yeah.
Like, is it like
you'll
a
need
power
a raise
type?
to see anything with that. I'll just tell you that.
With just the basic?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I probably don't see any sort of stuff.
I actually did.
There's a bit of energy of some sort on the back of the minecart. Two spots about hand sized.
Okay, me with my ability to see spirits and stuff will use it then.
It's going to kind of roll up towards Mary, who will either have to step out of the way or try to stop. It's not moving real fast, but it's a pretty good sized minecart still.
It would hit Garfield first.
You're riding on top of Garfield? I just trying what your tokens are at. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, I just figured I'd be using my Omni saddle on Garfield.
Let me move you to the front here so that we can kind of be on top here.
I've just been like selecting them both and moving them.
Okay. It kind of stops as it just moves right past you. Like it didn't have a lot of force behind it.
So it was pushed by a ghost.
Mary's just like, grating.
Looks like it's pushed by something.
I'm like, whoa.
Okay.
All right, then. Be careful around this corner, y'all. We may not be alone
Am I just able to keep Detect Arcana on just permanently, or is that just to conceal?
I don't know. It lasts 5 rounds, I think.
It was one of the one with magic thing. Copied all of them.
I think it still only lasts 5 rounds by default. You still have to pay for it, generally.
Yeah, it's Conceal Arcana.
Oh, the Conceal
His Conceal is free. His Conceal is free with the one with magic. That's the one That's the one exception to that.
Okay.
That's why I was like, is it just Conceal or is it Detect?
What is it called? It's called Weird. Yeah, it's Conceal is an innate Arcana. Yeah.
Well, innate doesn't mean it's free either.
Oh no, you're right. It actually does still cost. It doesn't say it doesn't cost, but
yeah,
Conceal lasts
you
an
can
hour
you can
normally,
continue it.
I think. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
it does, and you can run it while you're sleeping, so you can continuously sustain it while you're sleeping.
Yeah.
Innate
It
just
only
means
stops working if forcibly incapacitated, but it does not say that you don't have to pay. So you would have to pay at least 1 for it.
Yeah, I assume that.
Or more if you wanted to do the mega.
But I don't think Detect gets that ability. I think it's just the Conceal.
I think so, yeah. All right.
Okay,
well,
so this place is haunted.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we heard.
Apparently, I should have just done a standard divination. Oh well. I can't see past the thing.
You want the mummy to go around the corner?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's as far as I can see. So yeah, if you want to move it.
Oh, God damn it, I can't. My mouse is... Okay. Whew.
Midnight can see that it opens in a nice long straightway.
Oh, sorry. I will move with. I will also move with.
There's also. I don't know if you Midnight.
Sorry. Yeah, Spike is riding on my back, so I'm kind of. I'm staying with within 2 inches of.
Brett, can you see the light that's glowing down here? There's another wall torch.
Yep, I see that light too.
Very good.
Yep.
I was hoping you could see it from there.
Nope, not the local kids.
God dang it.
And then, as the mummy moves forward there and Midnight starts falling, I want Midnight to make a notice roll at, let's see, -2.
I would probably be up behind these. This is rocks, right? This is like a bundle of rocks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I would kind of move to there and kind of like. I would try to be staying close to the walls, not for my own sake, but for Spike's sake, since his well-being is sort of part of my area.
So.
Normally, I don't care, but.
You kind of notice, barely visible, a sort of floating humanoidish apparition floating across the tracks in front of you, and it walks up over to this pile of, well, not walks, floats up to this pile of rocks over here and starts swinging a ethereal pickaxe at the wall over there.
Oh damn! Found
At the rocks?
Yep.
Okay, so since Mary and Fletcher and Spike can all notice supernatural, would we like notice its presence at least, or would we sort of be largely unaware?
As long as you got your detect arcana,
we've all got the expanded awareness, yeah.
As long as it's still effectively running, then.
Well, no, I'm talking about more just the passive effect where we can notice the supernatural. Because mine's not still running. Actually mine is.
Yeah, it definitely hasn't.
You got to make a notice roll
yet,
then,
so.
as well. And since you can see that way, you won't have the -2 penalty.
Not like you needed it, but hey.
Because it's probably only been like 10, 15 seconds since that cart rolled by us.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, because I had it running for 30 seconds. I will keep it sustained while we're in here. It comes down to it.
Yeah, with 7 sees it.
So I would do Spike. Through the mind link, I would say ghost miners. Told you they were ghosts. I told that guy they were ghosts. Even though I didn't, I'm totally lying, but I'm trying to sound cool.
All in favor of me doing another divination, only this time calling all the dead.
Yeah, probably.
Because this is... I have the strangest feeling he's been covering up a lot of deaths in his mind or something.
Mm.
Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. This might be, if you can talk to this guy, then maybe we can at least figure something out.
Another minus.
I respond to Fletcher through the mind link saying, man, isn't it crazy to think that even when you're dead, you're still going back to work?
And I would just respond with, if I was dead, I would stop working entirely. like just very matter-of-factly, like, there's no way in hell I'm working when I'm dead.
Well,
work is for the body.
while you're discussing whether you do this or not, the ghost floats back out in the front. Doesn't even notice the mummy there. And a Midnight and Fletcher can see.
If it's not even really, does it seem to notice us?
No.
Or is it just sort of going about it? You know what? I'm going to, because Spike's kind of voice is in my head, and it's not necessarily that his insanity is carrying over, but I'm a little bit less concerned with propriety. I'm going to start mining this rock with the ghost. Because I also have a pick. I'm gonna follow Midnight a little bit, but I'm gonna mine it a little bit to see if the ghost even notices.
Okay. This other ghost came out, and it looks like they're not really talking, but they're kind of standing looking at each other, as maybe they talked to each other before they died. But you start picking at the wall over there, and both of the ghosts turn and look over that way. And as they look over there, everybody who could see them is going to make fear checks.
I wave, and then I go, ooh.
As they stare right through your soul.
Checks?
Yeah, so spirit roll. Or you can hit your token and hit the fear button.
Oh yeah, we can do that. I'm gonna spy. I failed that, so I'm gonna spend.
Is there a penalty?
No, there's no penalty.
Hey!
Oh,
Fucking
no.
fatigue.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Wait,
Oh no! Really? You're scared of the ghosts, but not the freaking
I didn't
mummy?
mean to have the -2 in there, but it didn't matter.
No.
No, that's a crit fail. So you might as well just
I
roll
love
on
how
the fear
you're
table.
scared of a ghost,
Yep.
which is considerably less scary than a mummy.
No modifier on that, obviously.
No modifier, so that's just a D20. Oh yeah, the fear table. Yes, Mel, thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Oh, hey, fear table. You got this.
I am shaken.
And
Spike is
shaken,
shaken.
but-
Midnight is distracted.
I'm distracted.
Which could be, at least you're not in combat at the moment. That might be
Mhm.
more of a problem.
Yeah, both of those things, but
Everybody else pass, though?
yeah.
Okay.
I will spend another point to just sustain my psionic conceal because it's probably been 30
I think necromancer
seconds.
should get I think necromancer should have a bonus for not being afraid of undead.
Well, but when you think about it, they might hate you more than anyone else because you're a good necromancer, and some of these spirits are evil spirits.
True.
I can see that.
You know, like that's it's all a matter of point of view. What
So
you have said is true
so-
from a certain point of view.
Yeah. So about that casting divination for the numerous spirits in this place.
These two ghosts sort of just walk through the wall and disappear out of sight.
Oh wow! Well, that's just insane and scary.
So I'm just gonna
We're
cast
slightly
that
annoyed
now.
with you, apparently, for making all that noise.
Yep. And once those dudes sort of showed up and tried to scare us, I would stop pickaxing and get closer to midnight because he's, you know, he's the person who tells us what to do when things go pear-shaped.
So should I
Pear-shaped.
like cast a divination and ask them what's going on? Why are they here? And sending them to a place that's not here?
You can
You
try.
don't have to go to work anymore.
What?
You can
I
try.
said you can tell them
they
you don't have to go to work anymore.
Yeah, okay. Gonna try that then.
Of course, they have to want to talk to you.
Alright then. No, they don't, actually.
Do you want to? Are you gonna try to?
This is the actual spell. I'm gonna use my free point. Free reroll. And roll.
No.
Whatever. Just means they don't have to talk to me as long. They still have to talk to me and answer my questions, so.
They're just not as friendly, and they're not going to talk to you as long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They might not tell you anything.
I'm pretty sure it specifically says in divination actually that they have to.
They don't have to answer any question that you ask them if they don't want to tell you.
It's more just it allows you to persuade them to talk to you.
It's like speak language, but with spirits.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, they still don't have to talk to you, but they definitely have to listen. I think would be the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
Come forth.
Also, they could potentially turn it around on you. If there's enough of them, they could totally blow your mind. Like,
it's true.
Thousands of ghosts are just like, oh no, listen to my problems.
Generally, divination does let you ask them stuff, and they, depending on if you get a raise or not, whether they're how helpful they actually are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you ask a question, and
yeah, what would you like to ask them?
Yeah.
I would like to ask them. Well, first off, why are they still here and working? That is it.
And they come out of the wall right next to you. I'm like,
you're dead. You don't have to work any longer. That's a living.
The closer they get, the less likely I am to like stay close to them.
Yeah. They come up, they walk up to you, and you can visually see.
I'm not really scared, but terrifying.
Hey,
I'll get down off.
And why are they just like, gotta feed the kids. It's a job.
Oh dear. Don't know how to break this to you, but you're dead. Sorry.
Yeah. Sometimes I wish I was.
So, have you seen anything strange going on in this mine?
It's just a mine. Everybody hears weird things.
Any weirder things than usual?
Gotta get back to work.
Well,
I'm not very imaginative. Do you guys have any questions?
They don't seem particularly helpful.
Yeah.
I mean, I would just wonder if there's a reason they died. Did they know how they died?
Oh,
they know that they're dead.
They don't even know they're dead.
So, I mean,
oh wow.
At the end of
could I maybe like listening to his responses? Could I maybe try to analyze what kind of malevolence is going on?
Doubtful. And you could hear everything that's being said right now, actually, too.
Yeah, you don't really hear what I hear.
No, I'm just if you're like telling us, I would just like.
You can hear them. You might not hear if Mary's doing it in her head. You can still hear the ghost side of things. The ghosts are speaking audibly, that you can all hear it.
Okay. Ask them what the last thing they remember was.
What's the last thing that you remember when you were having more effect on the wall? When they were alive, but they don't know that they're dead yet, so.
Your connection to the server has been interrupted. Thanks,
Oh,
Roll
no.
20. Thanks, Roll 20.
That's what the ghosts say.
Yeah, that's what they say. It's very confusing.
Connection to the server has been interrupted.
Error 404.
Arrow 404, they say. No,
Location
the
not
last
found.
thing they remember is waking up to a steaming hot pot of coffee.
Super helpful once again.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get much from this. So should I just send them
They're
not
actually just
here,
imagining
send them on their proper afterlife?
I think so.
Yeah, all right, I'll do that then. Is something stopping me and forcing me to use a spellcasting roll?
What are you trying to do then?
Send them to their afterlives,
You have
not here.
right. Do you have a
Oh,
specific-
he's doing his sort of sending them on thing that the necromancers do.
But that I
How does,
do
how does that actually work?
everything-
And because it may not work on these guys.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Why
Because
is
they kind of
that?
have. They can't, if there's the reason it's something to hold them here.
I can't
You may
just
have to
sever that
solve the
connection.
problem, and just a spell's not going to do it.
They're bound here by something other than just their death, potentially.
Yeah.
What it
Can
seems
I
like.
use this to find what
Is that
that is?
in? Was the necromancer in Blood and Banes or Arcana and Mysticism?
Blood and Banes. Blood and Banes.
That's actually not something that is in the necromancer thing. It's just something that I've done as a character.
Yeah.
Well, it sort of is in your necromancer thing because you have the innate divination that allows you to cut people off.
Yeah, that's true.
What is it called? How is it? It's
a lot of those have had.
they become so practiced divination that the express purpose. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. It more. I think that would be probably up to the GM to decide based on what the specific things.
Yeah.
And with with these ghosts being kind of bound here, they would maybe answer your questions about how they're bound here if you could word them right, but it seems like
Well, the fact that they're being held here and that they're still working.
You are starting to get the feeling though that they're getting angry with you.
Yeah, maybe we ought to move on.
Yeah.
They got work to do. They got to get back to it.
Indeed.
Like, the one of them's like
That is-
tapping his like mining pick against his other hand, like very impatiently.
Well, I'm sorry
Sure.
for disturbing you. I hope that your work is finished soon.
Just want to get home to my wife.
Huh.
Yeah, if Percy or whatever the hell the owner of this mine is causing this on purpose, Mary's just going to fucking murder him.
And they walk through the wall, out of range.
All right. Well, we continue.
That's the thing. God dang it.
I'm gonna let my detect drop at least while we're moving. I will potentially use it while we're in the future, but I'm not gonna sustain it.
So
It's
there's
just too
kind of
expensive.
some ramps going down, where they could like a wheelbarrow could go up, or you could walk up it pretty easily.
Right.
Get through different levels of stuff. Well, it looks goes straight ahead, but there's also looks like two side passages going off to your right.
I'm gonna hop back on your shoulders.
Okay. Yep. I just basically I would just sort of kneel down enough for you to hop up. You're a grown cactus. You can lift yourself up.
That's true.
Fletcher and Spike, why don't you go examine this area, and Mary the mummy and I can go over here just to check out the two different branches.
Thumbs up. I would give a
Plan.
thumbs up, and I would through the brain link, I would ask Spike, big guns or little guns?
Hey, little guns.
Okay, I would just keep the bow and arrow out then.
The mental link will cease after 16 feet away, essentially.
16 inches, you mean?
Yes, I do.
Double smarts.
There's nothing there.
Yeah.
Smarts
Yeah,
times.
they did it.
What is that? That's your arcana.
Smarts times 2. Probably if he's got a D8 smarts. I don't know if that sounds like what it probably is.
I think it might be smarts times 4.
Well, that was try.
Yes, it actually is. It's spirit times 4.
Spirit.
So is your
Yep,
spirit
and my
only
spirit
D4?
is a D4. So.
Oh,
Gotcha.
It's a
Okay, so it's
D6,
16.
Actually. It's a D6.
It's a D6, so it's 24 inches.
Yes. Yep.
That's a lot of yards.
Well, we found a dead end, and that's about it.
You too? Oh, wait, no. God dang it. For some reason, it doesn't let me just immediately start dragging the mummy around. I have to select it, and then it will let me drag it around.
Maybe it's just because it's also slow on your end here too. I've been having roll 20 slow issues.
Yeah,
lately,
well,
too.
you're probably rolling with 3 character sheets open at the same time. I've noticed when I've been on GM, if I've got more than 2 character sheets open, it does definitely like.
That may be
Abs-
it. You'll turn off.
Through the radio connection or the mental connection, if it's still there, I would say, well, we haven't seen anything yet. Unless Spike has, which, you know.
I see all kinds of things.
See if it helps. I'm gonna close some of my character
So we just
sheets that
gonna
are open
go
as well.
help looking at him, looking at what they're doing, or gonna wait
So
for
I'm
them?
gonna roll. Let's assume you guys are a couple of you were the mummy and Midnight are still kind of down there in this other hole.
Oh.
I'm gonna roll a D2
Oh, okay, you got stuff for that.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
and see which side something's gonna happen to. 1
I
on the left,
don't
2 on the
know if-
right.
I don't know if Mary got down there yet.
Nah, I
She's
figured
sort
the
of
mummy
back.
probably came with me, but you.
Oh
you
yeah, the
might
mummy
not have.
definitely was down there, but it.
All right, so it's gonna be
Yeah.
the Spike and Fletcher side of things.
Oh darn.
Right. Well, we've moved probably a little further forward.
That's fine. Yeah, wherever you want to move. Like I would more or less be your kind of your.
Well, first
You're
we
living
go up here, I
exoskeleton.
think, to see what's up here.
Let's say it's happened in there. So
Yep, that's what I'm guessing. I'm still riding on his shoulders.
You're
I'm
still
just-
right. Okay, so yeah, I wherever your character is, I will be.
I'm just moving the token because someone has to. So, does the thing?
I can't see what you guys are doing at all.
Nope. We can't see you guys either.
I do have a radio though, and he's got mental link, so we could potentially communicate with you.
Did you say something happens in here, Mel, or
Yep.
nothing happens?
something's gonna happen to you guys in there. If the-
Rocks fall. Everyone dies.
Not quite that bad, but
Except for the mummy.
Yeah. The mummy just waits. The mummy just waits, dude. And
Just wait. They're like, oh yeah, we need him.
Chuck Norris. Yeah, Chuck Norris. He doesn't stalk you. He just.
oh jeez, that is a terrible roll.
What?
We'll use a GM Benny for that.
We don't even see the roll.
I know it's a secret roll right now.
And you're using a GM Benny for it?
Of
Yeah,
course he is, because he wants us to be affected, man.
yeah.
Let's be real here.
All right. So that went off. What is that? I think that allows it to be D12, so that's pretty good. How much could a D12 lift?
D12 is 100 pounds.
A decent amount.
All right. If you got hit with something that weighed, say, 80 pounds, how much damage do you think that would do?
80 pounds or 100
There's
pounds?
actually
80.
a roll for this.
What'd you say again? 80?
Yeah, about 80 pounds. Big
Mm.
rock. It's gonna.
It would be a D10 damage, I believe. I think 100. I think 100 pounds is a D. No, I think it's a D. I think it's a D8. Let me look. It's in the attribute sections of the Tomorrow Legion Player's Guide because it
Yeah.
shows what.
Yeah.
scenery.
Let's see if it'll actually hit though.
So okay, so 80 pounds would be strength plus D10. So probably a D10 if it was just an actual.
Got a raise on his telekinesis, so it's D12 strength plus D10 object. So it'd be
raise on the. Did you say raise on the telekinesis?
Yeah, which is a D12.
That would be a D12 plus 2.
Yeah.
With a D10.
Is it? I thought it was
for the object. If you do well, is it just normal telekinesis, not super telekinesis?
Yeah, it's not super. It's just regular.
Oh, okay. Well, then normal telekinesis. Yeah,
It's 10
that's.
and 12,
Let me
I
check.
think. I'm pretty sure.
I'll check to make sure. It's D12 with a raise, so it would be a D12 plus a D10 for the 100 pounds of. Actually, no, it wouldn't be. It would be a. He would be at a -2 to throw the 80-pound thing at us because it's more than half his carrying weight. So he would be able to hit us with a strength plus D10, but his actual hit roll would be at a -2.
Okay. Well, maybe
that's
that's the roll.
Yeah, because it's more than half.
Because I don't want him to have a penalty throw. He'd pick up something that would not overburden him for throwing it at you. Well, that would
oh, okay. So yeah, if he picked something up, it would have to be 50 pounds or less.
Yeah, let's throw something around
D12
that.
is so 50 pounds is a parking meter. It's actually still his strength plus D10. So that is strength plus D10. So it'd be D12.
D10 is a parking meter, really?
Yep, 50 pounds is a parking meter, and that's a strength plus D10. Large rock.
Since you're riding on the shoulders here, just want to roll a D2 or whatever and see which one of you it's targeting while I pull up.
I will say this: I would be taking the brunt of it if I could.
Okay.
Not that like if it's random, it's random. But like since he's on my back and he's tiny, I would be trying to be sort of the meat shield.
It's probably going to be at you then.
It's gonna be you.
It's gonna be you. You throw that with spirit then, or will you throw it to hit? What would I use?
Roll them die.
Or would I actually use my psionics probably for that? Yeah, I'll go with that.
Telekinesis and ability is strength plus speed.
That looks like a miss. We're gonna go with a miss. The rock hits the wall next to you.
Actually, using okay, go ahead. What was that? It missed the wall. Okay.
If rolling psionics is good.
For future reference, yeah, I mean it can be for now, but for future reference with the telekinesis, you use whatever skill is relevant. So if you're doing a fighting roll with telekinesis, you would probably do fighting, and if you're throwing, probably do athletic.
All right.
Although I'm guessing that a D8 is probably roughly the same athletics as.
Gotcha. It would have been a little less, but he missed anyway, so.
Okay. Well, I'm going to innate action as a free action detect Arcana.
Yeah, me too.
Exactly enough.
I did not do any of the extra stuff. I'm just doing the basic one.
Oh, never mind. I don't have any.
So no scenes or walls?
Oh, wait, that's what expanded awareness is, right?
Expanded awareness is detect. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm not doing any of the presence or the exalted, so I can't. Presence allows you to see through walls. I cannot see through walls.
I can see all.
I can see I could potentially see if there was energy in the room, but not.
I see all the things.
Oh Jesus, you do. 31.
Yeah. The only thing you saw was that there was arcane energy on the rock that got thrown at you. That was pretty obvious. That was what's happened when this big rock lifts off the ground and hurls at you guys.
Yeah, sure.
But you don't see the source.
So yeah, I mean, when that happens, I would back out as quickly as possible. Kind of get back around the corner.
I would then drop off his shoulders.
Stay behind me, probably.
I'll walk next to you, but I'll walk under my own power.
All right. Well.
And I would since I just really didn't see anything, I would just sort of quietly say in broken English we're just miners.
We're just miners.
Yeah, we're just miners. We're just miners. Like, yeah. I mean, I've got a pick. I literally have a pick. I was mining.
Spike and
So-
Fletcher.
No, I'm a miner.
Down from
Actually,
south of
so,
you
yeah.
on the map, down the hall, down this way. Off in the distance, you both hear picks hitting the wall.
We heard rocks hitting the wall.
More picks. Somebody's mining down there with a pickaxe again.
What is another ghost?
Another ghost mining that they hear down
So
there.
are you kind of like heading out, Spike?
Mm-hmm.
If you're doing that, I would keep up, but I would kind of since you've sort of kind of like taken a little bit of a distance, I would kind of maintain maybe a 2 or 3 inch. Trying to keep track of things that could hurt him rather than things that could hurt me.
I like peek around the corner into here.
And through the radio, I would mention to the other dudes, like, there's some ghosts throwing rocks in.
Wow,
They're
even
throwing
close enough.
rocks.
They're throwing rocks.
That is literally impossible to hurt you.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no, I could totally die. I'm not mega damaged. Like, I mean, that last rock, if he had hit me, he could have exploded and just destroyed my skull.
Yeah, could have.
If they're throwing rocks at you, that means we're probably heading in the right direction.
I kind of peek into this little alcove here, around the corner.
Probably true.
And while he's doing that, I'm gonna aim the. I'm gonna be kind of aiming down that corner and that edge. You know, like down the 2 tunnels that I can sort of see.
Gotcha.
All right, Mary, let's follow them.
I guess so. Sorry. I'm a little busy right now. Move me, mummy.
Looking in here as well.
Seems quiet in there.
Highlight Mary Garfield. Select mummy.
And then I'm gonna like back up slowly as midnight's coming up, or the mummy or something, and then I like back into it like, oh.
Oh, it's a shoot.
Oh, I
Mummy
love
the
that
mummy.
effect
Oh,
on
it's
the
just the
map
mummy.
where you can still see where you've been, even though the light's not on it.
Yeah.
That is cool.
That's super cool. I didn't even notice that.
Is that part of the old school dynamic lighting stuff?
If you had to turn it on there, I think they added it at one point. So it's like
I'm gonna
it's
figure-
combined with the
yeah.
fog of war. Like what you see automatically unlocks the fog of war. So
Okay, I gotcha. Because
There's
yeah,
a-
I've been thinking about adding that. I just haven't had, aside from the vampire session, I haven't really had sessions.
I don't know
where
if it's running
shadow
slow
would-
or it's just the Roll20's been running slow for me lately. So
Mummy's still going first. I'm waiting on the mummy here.
Mm-hmm.
Which way?
But as the mummy walks past, a ghost walks right behind the mummy, starts hitting the wall right over here.
It becomes absorbed by the mummy.
Is that like a lever or something? Is there like a switch
it's
there
like a
on the
switch. It's
track?
supposed to be a switch track, yeah. That's what that lever was for.
So which way? Go.
The way that we're standing right now, Brett, it says spiked night.
Yeah.
Spike
Yeah.
Knight.
That is cool.
High night, the sky night, the spike night, spiked night.
Spiked night.
So we got 3 directions from looks of it right now.
Yeah. I mean, the tracks end here.
And there's
Yeah, there's a ghost.
Another ghost.
Oh dear.
Ho hum, another ghost.
This one down here at the end turns around and says, "You're not supposed to be here. You don't work here."
I'm going to put my my bow and arrow away, or at least sort of like, normally I take it apart and sort of like Rambo style and put it in a satchel, but I'm just going to kind of like sling it over my shoulder and pick up and pick up the take my wrecking bar and kind of like move kind of down to here and sort of work on the tracks as if I'm like, trying to like, move them so that it looks like I'm working. I'm not intelligent enough to know, I'm not experienced enough to know what that actually is. But with the pry bar, I'm like, prying up the bar and then clearing out some of the stones and then hammering it back down in a way that's totally ineffectual.
Well,
I'm not going to say that I'm supposed to be here because I probably didn't understand what he had.
It walks. It floats closer to you, Fletcher, and says, "Leave." Not very intimidating, apparently.
Tell him we're. I mind link and say, tell him we're new hires.
Okay, yeah, I would say, since he's mind linked to me and like I don't know, I know enough English to know some basic words. I would just repeat exactly what he said. Do I need to like roll to repeat exactly what he said?
Not in this case.
Not in this case. I would just say yeah.
I'll say it succeeds because I don't think it needs to be a roll.
Okay, yeah, I would just say we're new here, and then I would just go back to work and just ignore him. I'm like, I mean, I'm not literally ignoring him, but looking like, fuck you, dude. I'm doing my job.
I mind link over to Mary and say, let's just keep moving the other way.
It swings its pickaxe at you.
Oh damn!
It doesn't actually like hit you because it's ethereal. It has no actual matter. It goes right through you. But it does.
But it casts havoc on you.
It casts havoc to try to shove you back.
Oh dear. You're gonna fucking. Hopefully your strength test should be okay.
That's not a very good roll. Test. He only got a 4.
Yeah.
Habit. Oh, this is habit. Gotcha. Okay, I'm not airborne, and he's not doing anything special. So I just have to make a strength roll.
Let's see. The medium blast template, so it's probably going to hit a good chunk of you. Let me go grab a medium blast template here.
Oh no!
It's gonna hit.
Medium's.
Oh shoot!
Through 4 inches across.
Yeah.
Oh shoot! That's in.
So I mean, he could potentially hit everyone if he was being smart. Although is the ghost smart enough to go for everyone?
I don't know if it is.
That's what it comes down to.
I think he's just affecting.
But it definitely could get all of us if it wanted.
I think he's just attacking you with it, but that affects everyone because that's a big area.
Yeah. Well, it's trying to paste it in. There it is.
Okay, so
yeah,
that's the area.
It's basically not Mary and Garfield, but everybody else.
Okay, so we're at. Bear with me.
Shit.
This is just a strength roll.
Strength roll.
No penalty. No bonus. No penalty.
I got no strength.
Anyone touched by the template is distracted and must then make a strength roll. Yeah. -2 if the caster got a raise. Yeah. So we're actually distracted.
You are distracted no matter what. It's whether you get thrown.
And then we have to make the roll.
Jesus.
Well, you're fine.
So I would.
It was literally impossible to fail unless you rolled a double 1.
More or less, yes. But still, I mean, there's still other things. If he had gotten a raise, I would have been at a -2. So like -4 would have been.
Yep.
Holy shit! I got it on the wild die.
You did. So then
Can't believe
I would look. After he does that, I would look over at him and say, "Stop bothering me. I'm trying to work," and then I would go back to work.
I should probably have the mummy roll too, shouldn't I?
Mummy should roll strength too. I think it should be fine too, unless it rolls. It doesn't have a wild die though.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey.
You're all distracted though, because this rush of cold air and dust.
Because we're all still distracted. Even if we succeed, we're distracted until the end of our next turn.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Did I not? Should I have rolled with distracted?
No, it's after. I think. Wait, no.
Got it.
Wait. and then
Yeah, you have to roll with distracted.
It is actually,
yes.
yeah.
You are distracted, and then you have to roll.
Then I failed.
Yeah, you did.
Do you want to Benny?
Would you like to reroll
or would you
that?
like to get thrown 2d6 inches directly away, probably hitting a well,
I mean,
Hitting a wall.
possibly hitting a
Let's see here, it
wall.
was like right
I'm
here,
rolling
so
at a
the-
minus. I have a D4 and a D6, and I'm rolling at a -3. Like,
Yeah, no, that's.
I don't see that
waste
using
the
my
bench.
last penny is worth it. I'm gonna hit somebody I know.
If you get far enough to
Yeah,
hit
you're
this ramp, that's what you'll end up hitting, or this post back here. So, all right. So I'm gonna roll 2d6.
Oh, don't you roll like a D12 first too?
Oh,
No, it's away
4
from the
inches,
caster,
7
so it's
inches.
directly a line away from him.
That was enough to get up there, right?
I believe so. Yep. So you'll crash into this rock over here,
Jesus.
Ouch.
and that's 2d4 damage, non-lethal.
And if you hit and don't die, you can make an agility roll to not be prone. I think. I can't quite remember how push works.
2d4, so 4 damage. I hope that's less than your tough.
Yep. Possibly, if
Right.
it matters. I think you'll probably fall down and have time to stand up, most likely anyway. But so
Oh, wait, no,
it's only
armor-
only 4 damage, which probably doesn't even hit your.
My
toughness.
toughness is.
Yeah.
Your toughness is 4.
Wait, no, my toughness is 6 with my armor.
All right,
Got
so you're
it.
not even shaking, but you are
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just
you are
like,
knocked
get-
prone.
It has
as
no armor
it throws
piercing.
you away.
Because if this ladder thing had armor piercing, something is horribly wrong with this place.
Yeah. So that happened.
Well, who knows? I mean, it might be a ghost, and as such, it just ignores armor. It doesn't need any armor
It
piercing
is
if it
just
ignores it.
staring at you like, why are you not leaving? Like, it is not working.
I'm gonna continue working. Like I like if he wants to continue to screw unless someone tells me to leave. But like
Well,
I'm kind of the opinion
Yeah.
that like
Only the
these
ghosts
guys want us to work. We'll work.
Only the
Like-
only the ghosts are telling you to leave at this point.
I shake myself off and get up.
I wonder if we just destroyed their forms, they'd go away.
You don't have
So I
you
guess
don't have
we're
the
going to
banish
go-
spell, do you?
No.
That power might actually help.
You've got dispel. I thought about having.
Yeah.
I thought about getting an item created with the banish power, but it was going to be too expensive for Fletcher to afford on a reasonable being salary.
You coming, Spike?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm
Oh,
shaking.
damn.
Another one walks in front of where Midnight's trying to go up this other passageway.
I tip my hat, say, pardon me.
Yeah.
The mummy just walked through it.
I see him
Although
do
wouldn't
that.
the mummy
so I
affect
tip.
these things? These things are the mummy is magical as shit.
The
So.
mummy can't walk that far. Well, it could walk right past the ghost if it would.
I'm gonna continue I'm gonna sort of stop working where I was, but as they're moving, I'm gonna continue to be moving along, tapping the rails, or tapping the wooden pieces that are in the ground, and pretending like I'm doing work
Well, the one
in the
front
hopes that they leave us the fuck alone.
right, and the one in front of Midnight, says, "Turn around now. We have work to do." What do you want to do?
Should I just have the mummy just start attacking these things? Because it can definitely, it's incredibly magical.
I mean, it is, the mummy is magical, but it still couldn't, these ghosts may not even be able to be harmed from a conventional standpoint. Well, I'm just looking at
they're probably intangible.
they may be you can't send them away, with your divination release. So, like the fact that you can't do the normal things with them leads me to believe that they're abnormal.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying? Like I would like Fletcher would mention that through the mind link. Here, I will, since I don't have speak languages, I will make an untrained roll to explain what I'm considering, because I think mind link still requires some language.
Yeah.
None of us have intangibility as a spell.
Nope.
Either.
I am. Everything you hear from me is a babble of fake English.
And he is still susceptible to supernatural attacks, including powers and enchanted items.
I mean, I have intangibility, but I can't do much to him.
No, since you're intangible, you can affect intangible people.
Right, but I'm not strong or anything, so it's not like I could actually hurt him.
You might as well just attack him with your powers anyway.
Right, and I don't have any direct powers that would hurt them, I don't think.
You're right, you're not very effective against him.
I don't think
you're not an attacker. Yeah, you're.
I mean, I guess I could go intangible and then try and use my Techno Wizard pistol? Or my Techno Wizard.
The Techno Wizard pistol would be a power. Would be an enchanted item.
Oh.
It's magic.
Yeah, it counts.
Magic is enchanted.
That is true.
And so is the mummy. Mummy is magic. Mummy is absurdly magic. Anyway, so are we just going to ignore them, or are we going to do anything about them?
I think we should ignore them unless we don't have to. Like, okay. I think we should just continue to, like, my opinion is continue as if nothing's going on. Like we're supposed to be here.
Well, he told me to turn around, so I'm going to turn around and just, like, sort of back up past him.
I'm inching around him. Real nervous.
Do the hokey-pokey.
Not really knowing what they're doing, but I will follow suit if it's successful.
Well, he tries to stare at you intently to, like, freeze you in place, but it didn't work.
Then, since I saw Midnight do it earlier, I'm gonna tip my hat and make a farting noise because that's the only noise I can make, and it happens every few seconds anyway. Yep.
I love it. You tip in your hat and it's just a fart.
Tip of that.
So yeah, I'm also gonna wander by. I'm gonna be tapping the rails a little bit until I get to where he is, and then I'm gonna be tapping the wall because I won't be tapping stuff that's under him.
I get the strangest feeling that we're going in the right direction.
We have ghosts aplenty now.
There are a lot of ghosts. And I'll have everybody stop moving their tokens where you're at right now so that Roll20 can catch up so I can grab what I need to here. If it'll let me.
Okay.
Need to switch
You're setting up a battlefield.
I'm switching to a GM layer maybe, but it won't let me. It's going super well.
Yeah, so Banish. Probably a spell.
None of us have Smite. You know what?
Oh.
You know what, Adam? That's the power that we need to get. We need to get. You had Boots of Speed. That's good and that's handy. But the Amulet of Smite or the Bracers of Smite might maybe be a good thing. Not a lot of us have a way like I mean, Fletcher has supernatural natural attacks, but no one else really has any way to deal with things like vampires without. Well, I guess no, I take it back.
Without
Midnight totally can. Midnight psychic abilities totally can damage vampires, but
and my magic ability.
And I have a damage field.
You do have damage field. Okay, I forgot you had damage field, and I forgot that Mary had the bolt, the bone shards.
Are you kidding me? And undead are all magic.
Well, and that knife we got from Counting Coup was.
Oh, does that?
That is enchanted. Yes, that is an enchanted weapon. So it's essentially a magic weapon. Yeah.
Well, dang.
Let me look at the stats on that. I think it's. I mean, it's totally a magic weapon because it is an enchanted weapon. I just don't remember.
I mean, it has magic in it, so does that just automatically make it magic?
Yes, I mean, it is an enchant. It's the kind of weapon that you would be able to make with your
minor item creation.
With your what's it called?
I could probably make a much better one.
Well, this other other ghost with a much brighter glow to it manifests for you and says, "Welcome to your prison. You shall join us all in unending work." And I need y'all to make fear checks at -2 as this really terrifying ghost appears.
Well, that's not good. I might die.
Oh wait, no, fear checks.
Fear. Hit your
What
fear
the
button.
fuck is that?
-2.
How did you get? No, wait, what? Why are you at -3 and you're not distracted anymore? I don't think.
We're not distracted anymore, but you do have the fatigue. Actually, no, that's a straight roll for Brandon. That actually would be, because the -2 would offset the distracted.
So no, Brandon, you passed, but something really weird happened. You rolled a 6 and then a 4.
Didn't pass.
So
Wait, maybe. Oh,
he got a total of 10.
Oh, you put
You set it to -2.
You put -2 instead of just 2.
I mean, if you look at the
It doesn't do the math right when it goes minus.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's weird.
You can't.
But I'm not
he
actually
passed.
distracted anymore, right? So
No.
I did.
No,
He had a
you're not
-2 penalty
distracted.
himself, though.
I'm
But you already have
select
it in
me because it might be selecting Garfield also.
Garfield's immune to fear.
Fear
So's the mummy.
check 2.
I mean, I'm. You know what? Fletcher hasn't re-rolled a fear check yet. I don't think I've re-rolled a fear check yet, so I won't start now.
Won't start now.
I'm not going to start now. I'm going to use those bennies for other times. So, fear. Let's see. I'm Aerosmith fear check. Fear table is -2, right? We're at -2, or do I just put 2?
Just put 2.
There we go.
Don't put the minus in.
Fear checks are
Distracted
1.4.
for Fletcher.
6. I am distracted.
Distracted. Yep.
So I will mark that. I'm really glad that they put those tags just in the player character. Like, distracted.
Yeah.
The vulnerable and stunned aren't as important, but the distracted actually adds the penalty. It's huge.
Yes, that was just handy. So you're distracted. Mary's fine. High Noon is fine. Spike.
Mary calls to this
fine.
thing before the battle starts. If you're the one keeping their souls on this plane, I'm going to send you directly to hell.
All right.
Hey, man, don't send him to hell. Send him to Hades or Dival. They deserve it.
We're going to start a combat, though, because you've pissed off Ghost in Charge, apparently.
Because there's jack and all that these things can do to the mummy.
Oh,
So he
so
will-
baby.
So I am just going to tell him to attack the ghost. And so for the rest of eternity, the mummy will just continue to destroy ghosts.
All right. We're going to deal
If
to
I
turn
die.
order.
Nice.
Anybody need a redraw or a lesser card?
I do. because I need
Midnight.
to
Midnight's fine.
Yeah, Mary gets her.
Every place
Mary gets a lower.
potentially. Nope. Sticks with a 9.
Yep.
And we'll
That
sort
thing
them
still
out
goes
by
last.
card suit. All of the other ghosts that you see, their aura, like their kind of outline gets a little more rough, and their eyes kind of, you can just tell they're even more angry than they were before.
I am going to spend a point. I'm going to spend a Benny to redraw.
You want to spend a Benny to redraw. Okay.
Yep, because hopefully, here I'll drop it.
Jack.
Hopefully he'll get something better than that.
Yep.
No jokers this round.
So I got the Jack. Okay, cool. Yes, that's what I wanted. I'm not distracted after the end of my turn.
Right.
Oh, nice.
That was what I was thinking about. Like I didn't want
You don't
them
be
to be
distracted
just.
during this, yeah.
Yes. I'm gonna hold my turn until midnight moves.
Okay.
Good
He's
night.
the boss.
Your orders.
Okay.
Destroy.
I guess I'm gonna hold until the next turn. I guess. Yeah,
So,
I'll
I'm
just
sorry,
stay on
no,
hold.
you said the other ghosts' auras became like a little bit more corporeal than they were
Just,
before.
I don't know, just like if you could imagine, it's kind of instead of before it was sort of misty, now it's a little more DBZ aura, like it's a little spikier, just like
okay.
A little bit more Kirby crackle.
a little cracklier.
Right.
Like it's more active.
Angry energy now.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think I'm going to turn on my aura, casting the damage field.
Do you have selective on that automatically?
Actually,
it only
hits enemies. Yeah.
Okay. Right. I don't think Brandon has that. So who has to spend an extra?
I'm gonna cast deflection as well on myself.
No, Annie.
And I think I can spend 2 points to give myself a +1, or 4 points for a +2. Is that right?
That's correct. Master Psionic or Major, I think, gives you that.
Yeah, I'm Major Psionic now. Okay. So I will spend 4 points to give myself a +2 on that.
This is the puppy that ate my Ethernet cable.
Oh, puppy loves Ethernet cables. Delicious.
She's so good. Who's so good? I'm so good.
Yeah,
Oh, and
lightning
Sophie here.
shield too, so total.
Your lightning shield is your deflection, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, I'm trying to remember, like, because you do a really good job of trapping your powers. Like, you do a really good job of making them your powers.
That is actually an 11, but that doesn't really matter. So
Right, +2 from the extra that you spent. Yep.
Yeah.
So it is a raise. So that's
a raise.
-4 to, and that's deflection. So -4 to hit you.
Yep, that's right.
And how far away is like your thing again?
This damage field is only like
adjacent,
right next
basically.
to me.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Next to
Yeah.
So we don't need to.
I think that's it, because that's 2 actions, and I get that, and that's.
Okay.
I mean, maybe we'll move like a little bit closer to this gold figure and see if my damage field does anything to
It
it.
happens at the end of your
Please
turn or
raise
the end of their
super
turn?
crit.
End of yours?
It's end of.
I think it's at the end of my turn. Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Okay. Roll the
It is.
damage.
Anyone who's adjacent to him at the end of his turn takes.
At the end of the affected character's turn, all adjacent beings, including allies.
Yeah, you
Yes.
think I'd remember this considering I had an entire character
Oh, wait,
based
affected
around
character.
it?
That one sounds like who it's the damage field's affecting.
Yeah.
Oh, it does. Okay.
My electrical aura is adjacent foes at the end of each of his rounds, and it also grants me mega damage armor.
Damage around the recipient that harms foes foolish enough to get close.
At the end of each of his rounds, yep.
So okay.
So yep, you've got at the end of your round it hits them, and you've got 6 armor. That's something that I never got, is that you've got 6 armor.
Mm-hmm.
All right, roll the damage.
Okay.
Come on, super damage.
Hi.
Just end the battle. No.
Nope, not much.
9.
Yeah.
That is enough to shake it.
Hey, that's not bad.
Well, it may literally not have any sort of armor, and it may, as a ghost, it probably doesn't have a whole lot of vigor, or at least what we consider vigor.
Spirit.
The undead in D&D, they use charisma instead of.
Who failed the fear check against?
I did, and it was at a -2.
That's right.
I did, and I got distracted.
And it is now his turn, I assume.
I'm gonna wait until Mary goes until my turn.
Just so you know, you lost 5 PPE from that.
I lost 5 PPE from the fear.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
That's
Okay, Mary. Well, you're gonna have to help me with more PPE, but that's okay because you were willing to. And if we need more dark vision, I can spring for it. But it's a good thing you It's a good thing that you gave me those 4 points earlier to sustain.
Okay.
So
it
was really good.
You're holding again, so you're doing after my turn?
I am going after your turn. Yes.
Okay,
yes, I am going to hold until after
then.
Mary Arkham.
Okay.
I'd say normally I'd have the mummy attack, this golden guy then. Oh no, it's midnight now. No, he just went. Normally I'd have him attack, but there's this thing in the way, so.
You can walk around. Yeah. That mine card is in the way to get to the.
Yeah, there's kind of a choke point right there.
Yep.
So I guess.
I mean, you could maybe get between Midnight and Spike with movement.
You could probably have the mummy move shove the mine cart too, potentially.
Yeah, that's true. He's super freaking strong.
Or you could have him just go after one of the other two.
Just shove it aside and just wail on this guy.
Do you want to have him do both?
He's the boss,
Do you want to have him also attack this round?
Can't I?
It'd be a multi-action.
Well, if you wanted to push over the cart, that's going to be an act.
Yeah, so the attack.
If you want him to go around, that's not.
I'll just have him attack this ghost then. It's easier that way.
Okay.
So you want him to go around and attack?
No, this guy.
Oh, that ghost. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Swing your giant mummy hands.
Mummy hands.
Just fighting, right?
Fighting.
Yes.
All right then.
4 will not hit.
Alright. You got a fucking D12? Nope, just a 4.
Freaking 4. Alright.
And then I will get off Garfield and have him attack this one. Because I assume these are also doing the spiky aura too.
Oh yeah. Any of them that are nearby are bad. And even if they haven't attacked you, they're definitely not happy.
Dang it, I'm trying to select Garfield. There we go. Go, Garfield. Oh, darn, I closed Garfield's thing.
Oh, no! You can shift double-click on the token to bring the character sheet back up. Because they're linked.
Alrighty then. Garfield, you have worse, but somehow I assume you're doing better anyway. No, you did not do better. You did worse.
He missed. Okay, Fletcher.
Oh well, they're distracting them.
I am still distracted, but hopefully I won't be distracted after this turn. So I'm going to through the mind link. I'm going to ask Midnight, "What do you want me to do?" I'm honestly, I guess I will roll an arc. Can I roll an occult roll to maybe see if I know what these guys are all about?
Yeah, I'm surprised nobody's done that yet. So go for it.
Do I need any sort of penalties, or is it just an occult roll?
Just an occult roll.
I'm distracted, so I'm a little bit too. So being distracted, yes, I would sort of be like, I am not sure what these are. What do you want me to do?
Well, we got to get rid of them somehow, so I guess start swinging and see what works.
Okay.
Magic. Psionic.
Do you think that? Well, okay, Mel. Here's the thing. Do you think dinosaur bone weapons would
they have a magic
would damage the supernatural?
Not by themselves. Unless if was there some sort of enchantment on these particular ones?
No, it's just that dinosaurs are supernatural, and so their bones cause damage. Like mega damage. That's what I'll see. It's in Blood and Bane.
If it's the ones in there, yeah, they're.
But these dino bone daggers that we got are magic.
Your guys' are, but the ones that I have are just straight up dinosaur bones from dinosaur bones that he killed.
Right, I forgot about
here, what does it say? It says.
I don't know if. I think you have to craft them in a way to actually.
Okay, supernatural. The denizens of Dinosaur Swamp make use of all of the parts of dinosaurs they kill. Supernatural energies have improved the strength of these creatures' natural weapons. Any medieval or ancient melee weapons, melee or ranged weapons found in savage worlds, can be made from or strengthened with the addition of dinosaur bone, claws, or teeth. Such weapons weigh the same as their metal or wood equivalents, but do mega damage and have +2 AP. It's up to you, because I haven't gotten an official
I don't think they can. They're like tougher. They're like supernaturally tougher, but I don't think they would actually count as an arcane source of damage. by themselves, unless you
Okay.
enhance them.
Then I will use.
Maybe Sean Robertson will answer that question for us someday. But
Yeah, and he's actually had some questions lately, like because the uranium pump weapons.
I saw that one. Yeah,
is a question. Yeah. So okay, I will unsling my railgun, and as a ready action, and then as my second ready action, I will extend the vibro bayonet, but not turn it on, and use the silvered vibro bayonet to attack this thing next to me. Does that work?
You could try it.
I can try. I mean, I don't know if silver works, but the vibroblade is silvered. So
yep, it is. So we know it's silvered. So we'll see if that actually works on them or not.
That is something we should probably have checked with occult rolls.
He tried.
I did. I tried, and I failed.
Hit.
And again, I'm too distracted to roll again. So does a 6 hit that guy?
6 does hit.
Okay, I will roll the damage, and you can tell me how much it does.
It does 0.
Okay, so I swipe through it, and I would say to everyone else, looks like silver's a problem, and I can't really do anything with that weapon. I would maybe sort of like, shift it into my left hand to get it ready to sling next turn, but
hey,
that's what I do.
Had to try.
And use supernatural.
I had to try. I wasn't sure, I felt like, I maybe could have punched it and done more damage.
So
but...
the one in front, the one right in front of you, Fletcher, is going to try to stun you.
It's their turn.
Whew, with the raise.
Stun, motherfucker.
Stunned is pretty bad.
Okay, so stun with the raid.
What does that do?
I have too much stuff open here.
I'm beginning to think some of us getting.
It's a -2 with the raise. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's -2 to your.
Okay, actually, okay, okay. Here's a question.
You have arcane resistance.
I just took. Let me look. I just took Dragon Fast Regeneration. And that gives me a +2 bonus to unshake and to recover from stunned.
Recover from stunned.
It is. I want to make sure I check the specific wording.
Which
because if it's recovered, then I don't get any bonus. But I just Dragon Iconic.
Can't move or take any actions. Don't count on getting up.
To recover from being shaken and stunned. Okay, it's recovering from shaken or stunned. Okay, so I'm just gonna make it a -2. Now I'm no longer distracted, so that's good.
That is good.
That's a spirit check.
Vigor.
Vigor check.
Yeah, this is vigor for.
Ooh, well that's good because my vigor.
Yeah,
is
you have
higher.
you have a lot more of that.
At the start of your turn, make a vigor roll. Success means you're no longer stunned, but remain distracted and is now vulnerable.
You're now distracted.
You say at the end of your next.
Let me look. I'm gonna look to see. I forget what stunned does. So I'm gonna see if I.
You are distracted.
It's bad. I mean, it is bad. It is bad.
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah. Stunned is bad.
Stunned is very bad.
You are distracted, you fall prone, you can't move or take any actions, you don't count core gang up bonus, and are subject to the drop.
Yeah,
I will spend a penny to try to not be stunned.
I think that's wise. Good
Boom,
move.
You're good.
So I'm not stunned.
You are not.
At least for now.
But
yeah, I might have to look into that spell.
And I would say to it in Dragonese, like, why fight me? Why are you fighting me? I would say in Dragonese, just sort of as a response, like, screw you, dude. Like, why are you fighting me?
Yeah,
you're a ghost.
He's not
a fucking ghost.
Apparently, he doesn't want to tell you, but he's in the middle of fighting. Garfield's gonna
Obviously
get
not.
Havoc, I believe.
Oh, what?
No.
Havoc? No.
No Havoc.
No. That's a 1. Oh wait, 1. Doesn't that affect something? Whatever.
Well, it depends. If it is, it would fail. Yeah, that would just fail
just
since
fails.
it's not a wild card.
Just fails. Let's see. So, there's one by the mummy.
Hey guys, what do you want? Wander?
It
Go be stinky.
uses telekinesis to pull a rock off the wall to try to hit the mummy in the head. Doesn't know that it's not going to actually affect it.
You would need, it would be a ready action to grab it, and then just whatever your attack is to attack. Either fighting or fighting or athletics, depending upon if it's striking or throwing.
Athletics, a 2 is not enough.
It won't even hit it. And then this other one is going to do confusion on midnight.
No! I wasn't able to distract them enough.
That's a successful casting of confusion.
What's confusion do?
That will.
I think confusion is shaken for 1 round. Or something. I can't remember. Brandon has it. Spike has confusion.
That's what? Confusion, yeah.
Making him both distracted
and vulnerable if he fails a smarts roll. Smarts roll, midnight. You are distracted and vulnerable.
At the end of the victim's next turn. Not as good as the other one.
Sorry, what was that?
You need to make a smarts roll, or you're going to be confused, which will make you distracted and vulnerable.
Which sucks.
And that lasts to the end of your next turn. You're fine.
You're very good.
You are not confused by the weird voices and images that are trying to appear in your head. Spike!
Would you like to attack the man who is weakened?
Cactus Man. What do you got? Can I not hear Cactus Man?
All right.
By that man. The enemy of bad guy.
Let's see. I don't have a lot I can do, so I can either pull out my gun and shoot it.
No, you can't. What? No.
Huh?
Techno Wizard gun.
My Techno Wizard gun.
Oh, yeah.
His lightning gun would totally do damage.
Rod.
Come on, Soul.
I think I will. When I put points to the protection power, do I have to? I guess I don't know very much how Techno Wizard shit works. Do I have to like do a psionics roll just to use it?
No, you just use shooting.
No.
You need.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to spend the points to make it mega damage, you just spend the points as a free action.
Right. What about the protection power?
The protection power.
That is an action.
That you would use psionics.
You would do an action to do that.
Action to.
Because I think okay. Does it give you an option for a success or a raise, or is it just a single reason, like a single option?
I'm not sure. I don't think I have that.
If it doesn't give you an option for a success or a raise, then it just happens at whatever rate it is with the points. But if it has some sort of success or raise type differentiation, then you would.
Techno Wizard weapon, or is this one that was in the book that had this?
It's in the book. It's the lightning rod. I think it's in.
Yeah,
lightning rod.
From...
It just has protection. Yeah, you just cast it with your psionics or your spirit.
And since he's got an arcane skill roll, you would use your arcane.
Yeah, you have to use your arcane skill roll, and you get the raise bonus if you get a raise. It just gives you access to a power you don't normally have. But you can't use any power modifiers.
An action to.
Yes.
It
does take an action.
It does take an action to use.
Yes.
It does. Okay.
It's like using a wand.
The mega damage does not.
It's like using a
the
wand
actual
in
power
Pathfinder
does.
or something. You're just activating it, but you still use your own.
Right. It seems like I should at least take a shot at this guy while he's stunned. Except my shooting's a D4, so I'm not very good at shooting.
Well, if he's stunned, you get a +2 because he's vulnerable.
Do I?
Yeah, because that's vulnerable makes you.
Or is he just shaken?
He's just shaking.
Oh,
Yeah.
If he's just shaking, then that's just the damage. But I thought you said he was stunned, so that's
No.
stunned is vulnerable and distracted.
I maybe did, but I use stun and shaken interchangeably, and I know I shouldn't because they actually are different things.
They are different in this. But yeah, you want to do as much damage though because he's already shaken. So.
Yeah.
Come on, Sophie.
How much does that do?
You would,
2d12.
you'd want
I
to
might
probably
as well.
you'd probably want to make sure you step back so you're definitely not in melee range. Otherwise, you have to hit
What
higher.
I'm going to do is I'm just going to actually. I can draw as a ready action, right?
Yeah, unless it's
Draw a
hidden
weapon.
somewhere, it would be hard to get out. But if it was
Okay.
kind of on a holster, if it's like in a backpack, you're gonna have to use an action to get it.
Well, I was going to draw my knife, the tribal knife that I have on my, as I mentioned earlier, sheathed on like my left side.
You can
or
either
my
use
right side.
an action to ready both things, or
No, I'm not doing the gun at all.
you're just.
I'm gonna cast damage field.
Oh, you're gonna cast damage.
Is what I'm gonna do.
Gotcha.
And then I just want to ready the knife if I can also do that.
Yeah. Then.
So I'm going to cast damage field, and I'm going to put all the thingies on it.
All the thingies.
Yep. I'm going to mega power modifier it with both of them so that it's a 3d6 mega damage, and I extend it into a small blast template centered on myself.
You should you're selecting.
Right? And I'm also going to cast selective, yes.
Okay, good.
So that is normally 4 plus 4 plus 2, so 11 power points. Let's see, is there anything else that's worth putting on there? Yeah, probably not. Yeah. Yeah, okay, 11 power points for that.
You're going to move slightly so that you can affect this one over here?
Hmm?
You're going to move slightly so you can affect 2 of them?
Yeah, I mean, I'll end my turn, yeah, so that I can affect the greatest number of people, which I guess is probably there.
The guy you're right next to is...
Adam, you are sounding like your microphone is dying.
I am dying. Ah.
It's a little better there.
I'm not talking very loudly, sorry.
Okay. So yeah. So let's go ahead and cast that. Nine, that'll do.
Ooh.
Not that it matters. The race doesn't do anything.
Really?
Yep. It has no effect on race. None of the modifiers have it. So, can you move this blast template to surround me, or is there a way I can make my aura bigger or something?
Yeah, you get them both. That's how big it is.
Yeah, that'll do for now. So
something to consider in the future too, Brandon. The lasting damage might be really effective with your.
I
damage
thought
field.
about it, but I wasn't sure if it counted because I don't have it necessarily tracked. Like, I just picture it that I have like spikes like flying around me, kind of.
Yeah.
Like.
Feel like the trapping would probably be just like the spikes become a little bit more jagged. So
Sure.
Yeah.
It's the 10,000 needles. They're just like surrounding me.
Still just a psionic manifestation. They're not actually real ones, but
right. Exactly. And I guess I'll just that's going to end my turn. So I'll just roll damage
Yep.
against them.
Yep, and I believe you roll separately, so.
Do I? Okay.
Yep.
Do we? I don't know.
I'll roll for Goldie over here first.
Damage failed. All adjacent beings take 2d4. So yeah, you can either do it separately or just all at
10?
once.
10.
Ooh.
That's pretty good. That would be enough to shake. So that'll cause a wound.
Hey, there we go.
And roll for the other one.
Sure thing. And I don't know if you saw my message, but I'm gonna have to quit after this round. Come on, where was that on the other one? Damn.
Boom. Well, that guy's gone.
He obliterated?
Oh, the other one is gone. It dissipates.
Damn it.
Whoa!
I'd only gone in the other order. Damn. Anyway.
But Goldie is still alive. He is a wild card.
Yeah, he's got a wound. He's got at least one. He's got at least one wound he can take.
Yep, because he's not hardy, because that makes absolutely no sense for a ghost to have hardy.
Anyway, yep. So, his turn then.
Okay, his turn. He will try to unshake.
So he rolls spirits? He's undead, so he gets a +2 to
He
it.
gets. Let's see. He doesn't have the undead ability.
Yep. I assume
he does not have that.
Wait, what?
I don't think ghosts are actually undead in this one.
Really?
They're dead. They're just dead.
They're just I think I don't remember exactly the gist. Like I haven't looked too much, but I feel like the ghosts are like spirits rather than
They
dead.
do.
So it's
he
sort
does
of
ignore 1 point of wound penalties, though.
Oh. Okay. I guess that's...
which I found out you can put -1 or 1 in that ignores penalties section, and it works both ways. Yeah.
At least they thought of that. All right.
Yeah, well, like all of the constructs have that. Like that's just a native thing of a construct. So I ended up figuring that out.
To unshake.
Damn.
So yeah, he's fine.
He's fine.
Darn. He gets to do things? That's no fair.
That's not fair at all.
If only I could have obliterated him. My spikes.
Yeah, no, that would have just murdered him.
That would have been so cool.
That probably
and the big guy is like, you will join me down here under the rocks.
To which I respond.
And
because
I fought in your general direction. Your mother was a guinea pig and your father smelt of something that's not elderberries.
All right, is there...
And your father smelted like
ghost peppers?
Tomatoes, dude.
Right.
Like Kirby tomatoes.
So what's he gonna do?
Power modifiers. Let's see.
Ah, yes.
Those
things that I keep open at all times. Maybe I should try draining these things' PowerPoints.
It's the
I
ghost
wonder if the ghost
Pac-Man.
loses all their PowerPoints. Do they just cease to exist?
Ghosts?
You know, I don't know. I mean, in Rifts, there are some creatures that are dependent upon having PowerPoints, but I don't know in this one.
I mean, I'm assuming that's what's keeping them here.
They need PowerPoints. They basically need PPE to really affect the world. They're like for long periods of time. They're more inactive if they can't steal PPE from people by scaring them, basically.
Huh.
Psychic vampires of some sort. They get it by scaring
So
people.
drain PowerPoints sounds like a useful endeavor on these things, then.
Okay, so that won't affect me at all. So he is going to cast Entangle, Large Burst Template, Strong.
Oh boy.
I need to get...
That might hit me? Like, depending on where he is.
I don't think so.
Large versus 10. How much is large?
He might
versus-
actually. The large probably won't actually help him that much. Now that I think about it, he'll just go with
like
medium.
large is like 5. No, it's 4, right?
Large is 6
Oh,
across.
it's 6. What?
Yeah, because small is 1 inch radius, medium is 2 inch radius,
actually,
and
6
large
could
is
get
3
between
inch.
Midnight and Mary probably.
You could, yeah.
Okay, so
Now he would have to spend. He would have to spend the 1 extra point
Selective.
to make it selective. I
so he doesn't get
think,
himself,
right?
Yeah,
With the
And
angle.
it's getting mummy, of course, but
he's not getting. He's not
what
getting
is
the mummy
entangled?
with this one.
Really?
Nope.
Oh, he's like doing it like in the center here.
He's just trying to get. Yeah, I think he's probably basically centering it on about where
So
my
what he's
character is.
He's casting the spell entangle.
Let's see here. Which one's this called again?
Entangle.
Entangle. There we go. So I don't know what entangle does. Bound and entangled.
So-
I can't cast spells,
Well,
can I?
So your rolls to. What happens? You are restrained.
Let's see here.
If successful, the target is entangled. With a raise, he's bound.
So you are all now entangled, and it will
Okay,
take
but I'm not
it will
bound.
take a strength roll at -2 to break free or to break the rocks. Because basically he made rocks like grow out of the ground and like entangle your legs and stuff, so you can't move.
Can't move and is distracted as long as we remain so.
You can still like do stuff, but you can't move.
So we're all distracted.
No, we're bound.
You're not bad.
I'm not
You gotta get a
We
raise.
are. We essentially we are all distracted and we cannot move until we break the entangle.
Okay, so we are distracted.
Yes. Yep. It counts as being distracted. You've got rocks like that just kind of grew out of the ground and wrapped around your feet and stuff and up your legs.
Mhm.
You are going to be trapped down here like he did in the mine collapse that killed him.
So breaking free from a device or power is a strength roll at -2 or a straight athletics roll minus any penalties noted. So if this is just the basic power, we will have to make a strength -2 or an athletics roll.
Well, the raise adds another 2 on, but he didn't get a
It
raise.
is? Did he get a raise?
He did not get a raise.
No.
He did not. Okay, but that okay, gotcha. So yeah, for now we need a strength -2 or or straight athletics roll.
No, he did the strong power modifier, which made it -2.
You did strong?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna sit here then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, you are -2 to break
Oh.
free on top of what it would normally be. So it'd be strength -4 or athletics or agility.
Yep.
One of the two.
Plus
Or
the
a hardness
distracted.
of 7,
Hardness of 7.
which is probably
So when do you lose the distracted part?
When you break out of this, and because
when you break free.
Really?
until you're out, it's the fact that
it's
you.
automatically, no matter what, a -4? Or is that -2 counted in the distraction?
It's -4 to strength and -2 to athletics. The -2 from the strong just stacks on everything else.
Athletics is better for getting out of the rocks, but strength will do it too. It's just harder.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was him, and we're gonna do a new round of cards. Except you have to go, don't you, Brandon?
Yeah, I gotta head.
Yeah, I probably got to jump too here.
So we'll just pick this up at the beginning of next round and see
Yep.
if you can survive this encounter with these ghosts, who are very, very upset that they died working in the mines. Apparently.
So does that mean it's a total of -6?
No.
Or is the distraction counted in the
Oh, if you're- while you're just-
-2 original?
What was your
Because
conceal arcana, Mary? Was that just a success?
I don't know if I've cast it.
We'll just assume
I know
it's a
I did.
success then.
Like last time it was, and it would
Okay,
technically
cool.
still be going, but
Since we'll just assume that that's a success. I'm just writing down the things that we have. So everyone's got
Okay.
dark side going. Conceal arcana success for Fletcher and Mary. Does anyone else have anything going? Midnight has
Yep, I have
4
deflection.
rounds of deflection and has electric aura.
And I have 9 rounds left of the greater damage field.
Spike has 9 more rounds.
Page.
And you are correct. The
Creator.
distracted is an additional -2 on top of all of that.
Yep. So yeah. So for a strength, it's going to be strength -4, and for athletics, it's -2. And then I will put that the entangle.
It's all the player characters are entangled.
To be
strong.
Removed by all except Mary's
Summons.
creatures is at a -2 on top of all other basic penalties. Strong.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. Hopefully I can figure out why Roll20's been so slow for me lately. Either it's my computer or something else is going on with Roll20. It's kind of annoying on my end. I'm going to try a few things out. Either way, thanks for being with us. We'll be back again in another week or two. We'll get that figured out. It'll get posted a day or so ahead, the live stream. And this was Rifts for Savage Worlds. Savage Worlds and the Rifts for Savage Worlds material is published by Pinnacle Entertainment Group. You can find out more about them at peginc.com. And there's a puppy barking. Hello, puppy. Thanks for saying goodbye. And Rifts, the original setting, published by Palladium Books. Check them out at palladiumbooks.com. See you, everybody.